At last, at last, at last. I've waited, I've waited, I've waited. I was at the FA Cup final in 2017, and I'm returning again at last. Wembley, Wembley. We're the famous Arsenal, and we're going to Wembley. Come on, man. Big up, Gianni, brother. We've got the geezer Gianni with us today, man. We're off to Wembley, Gianni. How you doing, my bro? Friday, man. Come on.
I was so happy to finally see these guys get to a final. Been waiting for it for so long. We're overdue a final. So yeah, man, was absolutely stoked that we're there. Wish I could be going to the game, but wrong timing. But it is what it is, man. As long as we walk away with this League Cup to start off, I'll be just fine, man. Be just fine. How's everything with you?
Yeah. Nah, it's all good, man. Listen, it's the end of the week, innit? Do you know what I mean? We've all made it to Friday. We finally got it here. And look, we'll talk about the game coming up, but of course we had a game at Chelsea, and I was at it as well. And Binksy, if you're in the chat, if you rewatch it, I do apologise. I did actually try and come and see you in DJB in the blocks where you was. I just got there a little bit late. I actually got there about, I think, like 10 minutes before kickoff. So I tried having a little look, but I just missed you. So yeah, I do apologise, my dear, but I'm sure I will catch you another time soon. But yeah, I was at the game, and it's about time, man. Do you know what, Gianni, brother? I've waited, as I just started with my intro. I've waited a long time to get back to Wembley. I think I've gone to one of the shambolic, what do you call it? The Community Shields. I think I had a cheeky little Community Shield when we finished second, and Manchester City also won the FA Cup. So I think I went to Wembley to watch that, but it's a friendly. No one cares about that. This is a proper cup competition, and at last, bruv, we finally got to get our chances, get our hands on that three-eared cup. We ain't won it since 1993, bruv. Since Sheffield Wednesday. What's going on, man? It's a competition we've failed at miserably. Manchester City, a repeat of that Mustafi final.
Yeah.
Here you go, Aguero. Yeah. Back pass. Yeah, cheers, Mustafi. Thank you very much for that. Hopefully there's not going to be a repeat of that. But listen, man. Gianni, let's proper talk about you about Tuesday, yeah. About Chelsea. About whinge bag of a manager. Whinge bag of a manager as well. We didn't need to turn up really that much, did we? We just needed to not lose. And they come to try and out-haram Arsenal. What were they playing at? What were they actually playing at, Gianni? I don't know why they came out and played like that, bruv. Talk to me. What the fuck were they doing?
No idea. I mean, the only thing that I took away from it was Liam Senior reproved why he never should have got that job in the first place, in my opinion. Sorry, I don't care what anybody else's thing is. The guy, I've never seen a team. There's a way. We always say this. There's a way to win and there's a way to lose. You went out, you were down a goal. Common sense would tell you Arsenal is the best center back pairing in all of Europe. Why in God's name would you want to sit back and defend being down a goal for 70 minutes and then think that magically you're going to put your guys on and everything's going to work for you to go and score? I mean, it was basically like he was playing for penalties, which shows he's a novice at this, and it is what it is. I mean, Chelsea was horrendous. There's no way getting around it. They were horrendous. Yes, yeah. Reece James was missing and some other guys were missing, but come on, man. The guy put Liam Delap at right wing. I mean, there's nothing more that needs to be said about that. I mean, come on.
What's that all about? Johnny, what was that all about? When I see him lining up there, I'm looking at the manager, I'm thinking, what's he doing here? Is he trying to play is he trying to do that thing where he plays players in like a weird position and you get through and he's like, wow, he's a genius. He's an absolute genius. Who'd have thought? Do you know what I mean? That only happens when you roll the dice, not very often. I mean, come on, man. What was he playing at? He's pretending to be a genius, wasn't he?
That's this new wave of thinking with managers. And what's the bigger shock to me is everyone's like, yeah, that was the right way to go about it. Sorry. This goes back to this whole new wave of bullshit when it comes into thinking about football. I'm sorry. If you're down 1-0, you got to take the initiative and go and score, because the longer the game goes 0-0, the more confidence Arsenal is going to be in order to stink it out. I mean, we got the best defense in the Premier League for a reason. There's a reason why we're difficult to break down. So you would think that at the end of the day, you would have take the onus on you to go and score. But you know what? We're in a final. Don't care. We stunk it out. The donkey went and got a goal. So it is what it is. we needed that because you know what? Fuck Chelsea. We needed to get over the line against Chelsea. So you know what?
Yeah,
it is what it is. We got through to the final. Now it's all about it walking away with at least two trophies this year from the place that we're at. 2 trophies at minimum is mandatory. So you know what? I'm happy we got the win and fuck Chelsea.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Oh, listen, I love that. Nicely signed off, Gianni. Yeah, we got the win and fuck Chelsea. Nicely signed off to someone that signed in. Not Gianni, Rashid. From a G to a G. From a G to Rashid. Well, big up, brother. What are we saying?
Big up, man. Big up. You know, cost of living, isn't it? Cost of living. Cost of living. It was with the Red Bull. Red Bull's like £2 something. Fuck that, bro. Fuck that. I'm going for the 75p. But yeah, listen. Big up Aaron. Big up Gianni. Big up both of you. Big up the chat as well. Listen, man. I'm extremely happy. I'll be honest. I am very happy with the win, especially against Chelsea. Like he said, I feel like people that are my age or around it, Chelsea kind of haunted us for the last 20 years. For the last 20 years, they've haunted us. And according to stats, they are not very far from us, bro. They are not very far from us. And it's just crazy. It's crazy to the older heads because they know how many trophies Chelsea had before, obviously, their glow up with Abramovich and whatnot. But it's a great feeling, man. I hope that it works like last time when we beat Chelsea. You know what? When we beat Chelsea, it gets us a trophy. I hope so. I really do hope so. But the way I see it, is that we got the trophy. We got the final trophy. Hopefully, we got the final. That's a conversation for another day. So let's not talk about City. That's a conversation for another day. Injuries will happen. Shit will happen. Arsenal may or may not be there, and it might be a lot of problems at once. So let's talk about that and that game another time. The way I see it is flip the fucking script and let's go to Sunderland straight away. Let's think straight away how to beat this team, and get our little 9 points and keep on going. Keep your head down. Do not turn around. When you're running from something, don't ever turn around, because that split second is what can get you caught. 100%. I know this for a fact. I know this because it happened to me. And trust me, do not turn around. When you're running away from something, do not turn around. Do you get me? So that's the way I see it, my man. But yeah, big up, man. Big up. Thanks for having me on.
Nah. Come on, man. Big up to you, man. And big up to everyone in the chat, man. Who is this? Let me just big up to this fridge freezer right here. Look, look at Paul Nash, man. Big up to you, fucking legend. Big up to you, Mike Gianni, Forza Napoli. And of course, he sent that in while Rashid won there. But big up to you, man. Big up as well. I haven't seen this. But big up to Black Crow, man. Love always, man. Appreciate the support. You see CB Millie beefing after the cup game. I don't know. Have any of you boys?
I've seen it. Yeah.
Go on. Do tell.
He basically was beefing with someone, with an Arsenal fan, and then he was like, CB kind of like, yeah, he did stand his ground. I give him that. But listen, man, that happens every game. Aaron, you know, Aaron, Gianni, if you go to games, shit like that's gonna happen. If you're a YouTuber, you're a target. I'm sorry, you just have to accept it. You're a target if you're a YouTuber. So yeah, man, I saw the video.
Yeah, it is what it is, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? What can you do? What can you do? Big up to Macy in the building, man.
What's up, Aaron? What's up,
Here he is.
Absolutely.
My wise man. We're
My tribal
mad,
chief.
Mace.
My wise man, Rashid, big up to you. Big up to every single one of you guys out here. We're finally going to Wembley. Finally.
Last, Macy. Come on.
Yeah. finally, and big up to Roman Reigns. He is going to WrestleMania and he's going to fight CM Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship. So big up to Roman Reigns. I hope he gets that title at WrestleMania.
Hell no. We're rooting for CM Punk, Chicago versus
big
everybody.
up my trouble chief. Big up Roman Reigns. WrestleMania will be the year that every single one of the fans will acknowledge Roman Reigns.
No, big up, man. But what about, will this be the year that everyone acknowledges Mikel Arteta for his triumph at Wembley?
Well, we'll have to see, Aaron, because the thing is, Arteta has done. He's done it. He's starting to see that he's starting to do something right for the first time, and I'm starting to see he's really starting to make something happen. But it's still February. We need to get behind all the other games. We have to start picking up points because Man City, even though they are still a bit poor at the back and conceding a lot of goals, we still have to take advantage of Man City because on Sunday they've got a tough game against Liverpool and they've got to go to Anfield. So we've got to beat Sunderland tomorrow to put more pressure on Man City, because if they lose, if we win and they lose, then that's it. The Premier League will be ours at last. But let's not count out the fact that we've not had a great record against Sunderland since they got back to the Premier League. And tomorrow is going to be different. And I've just received report that Jurrien Timber misses training due to injury. That is a big worry now, and looks like we're gonna have to use Ben White as right back. But my worry is Ben White 100% fit for tomorrow? We shall see. But all in all I'm very happy we finally got to a final and we put the whooping on Chelsea's ass. And Chelsea, they are now turned themselves into the blue Arsenal, because we used to fear Chelsea all the time because of the year that they had Roman in charge. But now that Roman is gone, Chelsea don't look like the club that we used to fear. Now they fear us. They're now our victims. Yeah. We are now the monsters pouncing on them, because they used to be the monsters pouncing on us. Now it's our turn to pounce on them.
Yeah. And do you know what, Macy, though? That's a good point, because for years as well, it's always been like that with Arsenal and Chelsea. Yeah. There's always been one dominant team between us, and it's been for quite a while. So it wasn't just obviously like a lot of more recent fans will remember Chelsea's dominance against us, more the Abramovich sort of era. But for large sort of times as well, we always done really well against Chelsea. You know, we had a really good record, and then obviously, of course, the Abramovich era came, and we had a stinker of a record against Chelsea. Now, all of a sudden, it's turned back round in our favour again, isn't it, Macy? You know what I mean? It always seems to be that way with Arsenal and Chelsea.
It's because of the fact that that their owners, Blue Co, their only ambition is to get top four. Owners. They don't care about trophies, Aaron. Our owners don't care about trophies. But now, this season, we are in a position that we can win something big this season. But we've got a tough game against Man City in the League Cup, and they are also looking to win that trophy so that they can start their rebuilding, because last season they fell short after they let the Premier League title slip from them to Liverpool. But now it looks like they're looking to get the League Cup away from us so that they can go on and challenge us for the Premier League title. So we've got to show Man City that we are more ruthless than them and more dangerous than them. So on the 22nd of March, it's all or nothing for Mikel Arteta. So he better win that League Cup. And if he does, I'll give him his due. That now he can go on and win the Premier League. And if he does win the Premier League, I will give him a seat. I'll give him next season to show that he can retain the Premier League title, because I'm still onto him, because he's still onto so many injuries. We've lost Timber now. Yep. We've lost Saka, Odegaard. Moreno is injured with a foot strain.
Yeah, he's done for a while, isn't he?
Yeah,
I think
so Arteta really's got now. Yeah, now Arteta's gonna have to start using the squad that he has right now and hoping that we can get some results out of the way. Because not only do we have Sunderland tomorrow, we also have Brentford on Thursday. So we've got a lot of games coming up in February. We've got Sunderland,
it's a jam-packed week, bruv, isn't it?
And we've got Tottenham in the North London derby. So we've got some crucial games in February, so that we can so that we can look forward to that big League Cup final in Wembley against Man City. So we've got to start putting in some Premier League performances this year in February.
Yeah. Now, facts, man. Big up to you as well. And do you know what you said something there, which made me sort of think? Yeah, the quadruple's still on. We ain't winning it, by the way, calm everyone said, but it's still on for Manchester City. You know, it's still on for Manchester City, and we've got to say, I know you're shaking your head, Johnny. I get it as well. We've got a say in stopping that. We've got a big say in a lot of it because we've been doing good this season. Let's get it right. Let's have it right. But we need to put a marker down. It's all right having a say, but we need to have the say, not a say. We need to have the say, and to start doing that, we need to go to Wembley. Now we've got over that little line because we've had 5. I'm sure it's 5. Someone might correct me, and apologies if I'm wrong. 5 straight semi-finals we've been in. Nada. We've been booted out of. That's not good enough. We've not been able to get a final since we obviously got to the FA Cup, since he won it. And now we've got ourselves to the final. I don't want this to be a case of we look back at it next season, either potless or whatever, and going, well, you know, we've took the next step. You know, like what these top gooners said when we got to the quarters and then we got to the semi-finals. Oh, we took the next step. That's all well and good. I understand what progression is. I understand what a last 16 is. I understand what a quarterfinals. I understand how a semi is and how it progresses to a final. I understand in the final there's a winner and a loser. I'm not stupid. I want to see us lift silverware. I want to see us lift the trophy. And that starts on the 22nd of March. And that is a fantastic opportunity for us. I personally, I've been alive for it. Yes, I was. I was 4 years old in 1993. Of course, I didn't watch it because I was 4 years old. Do you know what I mean? I probably did. I don't remember it. Now I will. I'm 36 now. Jesus Christ. Where's that time gone? I want to see us lifting trophies. This is what it's about. I don't want us to be, oh, well, we took another step. I don't want this to be an excuse in the bank. I want us to go to Wembley, not just to have, oh, well, you know, at least we got to the final, though. Or, well, you know, it's progression, innit? Bollocks, 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 bollocks. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. Win me that trophy. And I'll tell you what, once we get that trophy in that locker, once you get William Saliba and Gabriel right next to each other like that, taking that photo as captain, well, as one of my captains, and you know, a centre-back pairing. Once you get Declan Rice in the folder there, once you get all of that core of that team around a bit of silver with all of the fans in that stadium at Wembley singing them, they'll go, fuck me, this is what it feels like, yeah? Mm-hmm. Oh, that's what all of them Manchester City players are telling us when we go to England duty. Oh, that's what all my Spanish lot were telling us when they won the Euros. Oh, that's what XYZ cross-reference all of the leagues. That's what winning feels like. Oh, yeah, I like a bit of that. Oh, and you're telling me there's still 3 more prizes left. Mm-hmm. Yes, I am telling you that. Yeah, I am telling you that. Let this be the platform. It's a big platform. It's a huge platform. We've got to do it. We are joined by Doc. Doc, what are you telling me? Look at this geezer. I love this geezer's bottom left-hand corner. Look at the geezer. What are you telling me, Doc? You saucy sausage. Talk to me, man. We're going to Wembley.
We are, you know, and let me tell you what an aberration it has been over the last few years of misery. But first and foremost, big up to you. Big up to the absolute pantheon of legends on the panel and in the chat. And Darren, I just got to say, you don't want to be sending your girl anywhere near me because she may not come back. All right. That's all I'm going to say, big fella. Look, man, like, look, you know, like, as you know, I can't stand this fucking manager, right? And I can't stand a lot of the players, you know, like, at this club either. But, you know, but credit where credit is due. Shout out to you, Mikel Arteta, for benching Pillowfoot. You know, an absolute disgrace of a player, disgrace of a captain. So look, you know, again, like the only thing that you know that I want to see, that a lot of people want to see, like, you know, like on this panel, is armpits lifting up trophies. You know, like we have gone on for far too long on a trophy drought, on a league title drought. We are, and again, like, we're not asking for much either. There are people saying that we should be, doing a quad. In theory, we very much should be doing a quad. For the amount of money that we have spent, for the amount of time and resources that this manager has been given, there has been every single aspect for someone to succeed, and he has not succeeded just yet. So to your point, Aaron, the next step has to be lifting silverware. I don't want to hear any of this bullshit saying, oh, well, we were in the semis previously and now we're in the finals. That's considered progression. No, it's not. What it is, like, it's delayed progression. It's delayed success at that as well.
Yeah.
Because ultimately, we are taking such incremental gains as something worthy of being celebrated. Spending 1.3 billion quid, like that it's pretty much like the equivalent of having unlimited money to spend in GTA 5. For the fact that you can get away, failing upwards, that right there is that GTA cheat code of invulnerability. You know what I'm saying? Like, this man has had time and time and time again where he could have been given that P45. So at the end of the day, we should be walking pretty much every competition by virtue of how much we have spent, of all the teams that have dropped off. So there are no excuses. There really aren't any excuses. Again, like, we have a job to do. This team has a job to do, and they need to show us that they have the spine and the sack to get over the line. And once they do, then they can be lauded. They can be lionized as as good players, as great players rather. Because right now they are good. We have a bunch of really good players, but there is a wide gap between really good and great.
Yep. Facts, 150%, man. And that's all about that next level, isn't it? It's taking it. Have you got a manager that's courageous enough to do it, brave enough to do it, to take you to that next step? Because everyone always says, about getting from 8th to 5th. Everyone says about getting 5th to 4th, 4th to 2nd. They're mighty jumps, yeah, fair enough. But 2nd to 1st, that's a big jump. That's a big jump. From 2nd to 1st, that's the biggest step of them all. That's a giant leap. That's a humongous leap. I wouldn't know that. I'm a hobbit. You know what I mean? I'm tiny. I wouldn't know what a big leap was. Do you know what I mean? That's fine. That is what it is. 4'9" in that. Do you know what I mean? What can we do? I'm not 4'9", but either way.
5'11" and a quarter.
Yeah. And a millimeter as well. Do you know what I mean? On my tippy toes. Depends if I'm wearing the TNs or not, Rashid. But listen, man. Listen. One of the things I wanted to bring up as well while we're talking about this, big up to Chris as well. Big up to Chris New 84. Big up to Vigilante as well, who raided over. We love a bit of Vigilante. Go and subscribe to that geezer, man. He's a chief mod, man. He's an absolute boy, our Vigilante. So make sure you go and sub in. COYG put his link in, so do the thing, people. But big up Chris. And I actually massively agree with this. The winner of the League Cup wins the Premier League. I do in Arsenal's case. If we only win the Carabao Cup, Arteta has to go 100%. In Arsenal's case, yes. If we win the League Cup, I actually think we will win the league. I genuinely do. I honestly do. Obviously, come the Carabao Cup time, if we fuck the league up, then obviously not. But as things are currently going, yes. I don't want to bring Rashid in for that because I don't know. I would have brought Gianni, but I don't know how long you've got, Rashid. So I thought I'll come to you. Do you agree with this statement made by Chris?
Listen, first of all, I want to talk about Prince Fuad taking a picture with Granit Xhaka. That is. Do you know where it is? Yeah, big up Fuad though. Me and him are good terms. We're always on a good terms. But like, Xhaka told us to fuck off. So listen, man, and he's our op tomorrow, so it makes it even worse. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm telling you, bro, you need to take down that picture. You need to. But listen, if we're talking about him winning the Carabao Cup only, I don't know, man. The other day me and North were talking. I was like, "Yo, bro, how much do you think you need to win a Carabao Cup?" He was like, "I don't know." I told him 500, 400. That's how much you really need to win a Carabao Cup. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like you don't need all this money and all this time to win a Carabao Cup. Do you get me? No, now I'm not downplaying it, but it's like I know that it doesn't cost this much. Do you guys get what I'm trying to say here? It's like I know that it doesn't cost this much. Now, if he wins the Premier League, like I said, 1 year and an option for a second. I know it doesn't exist in managerial kind of like, well, it does exist, but like the way I see it is like you get a 1 year and an option. But bro, at the end of the day, I don't think Carabao Cup and the Premier League have any they don't interfere with each other. Why? It's because Carabao Cup is a competition. It does not matter how you play because it's 9-8 games and that's it. You get to the final and you win it. Doesn't matter if you play like yesterday or before yesterday when we played the game, which was terrible. Do you know what I'm saying? The way we played. But obviously defensively was strong and we were compact and, you know, we do what we do best. You can do that in a competition, but you can't do that in a league. That's why there's managers like Tuchel that, for example, he's good in competitions, but he's not good in the league. And Guardiola, that's good in the league, not good in, well, he's still good in the competition. Somebody else. Do you know what my point is like in the league, it's a bit different. Why? It's because you're playing 38 games. You're going home and away. You can't be playing like that. Like yesterday, another game. See, this is the thing. You can't draw. You can't play for a draw in the league. You have to win. And in order to win, you know that Arsenal, when they open up, you know, teams can rip us apart. We're only strong defensively because we sacrifice our attacking options. We sacrifice our attack to defend. So we sacrifice a Saka, we sacrifice a Trossard, we sacrifice a Martinelli, we sacrifice a Madueke, a Gyökeres, a Havertz, anybody that's playing up top, we sacrifice them. They need to do their defensive duties. So that's the thing. We're sacrificing the attack to defend. Now in the league, for example, we're going against Sunderland. There's no way we can play the same way we played against Chelsea. Do you guys agree with me with this one? There's no way. You play against that, you get a 1-1 draw. Do you want a 1-1 draw? That's 2 points gone. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So I feel like the Premier League's completely different because it's 38 games and the system. That's why we're always talking us lot. That's why us lot are always talking about, oh, this is not sustainable. This is not sustainable. This style of play is shit. This style of play is shit. Because you know these man, if we win the Carabao Cup, they'll be like, oh, see the style of play. See the style of play, bro. You're always talking about style of play. Yes, it's a competition, dickhead. Do you know what I'm saying? We're talking about a Premier League, 38 games. You can't play like that in the Premier League every game. Or not even every game. You can't play it like that half of the games. You're going to draw half of them and lose the other half. Do you know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's completely different, but it does send a message to Man City players. It says that, listen, we're here for it. Now it's Arsenal time. It kind of like sends that kind of message, sends them that we're strong as well. Do you know what I'm saying? We're going to take, because bear in mind, in the final, you can't play like that unless you want to go to the penalties. And I don't think you do, because if Donnarumma's playing, different story. If Trafford, okay, I understand. You want to take it to penalties, win it there, maybe. But like,
if Trafford's playing, it probably wouldn't go to penalties. To be fair,
because Aaron, when you think about it, do you think we can go against Chelsea like that, against Man City like that? Do you want to go for a draw? Is that the game plan? Is the game plan to go on the pitch and go for a draw and hope for a little set piece here and there? I don't know, man. I feel like in the final, I feel like you need to be a bit more riskier. For example, like I told them my unpopular opinion, of course, it's my unpopular opinion. The way we played against Chelsea was risky. My friend told me, what do you mean? What the fuck do you mean risky, Rashid? Bro, we played. What if they scored? What if they scored, bro? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just risky. We should have went for the game. They had like 5 players at the back. They did not want it. They did not want it. They were scared. Get at them. But listen, we go against Man City. That's the thing. A lot of people are writing Man City off, yeah? But like, I don't end it on this. Man City, you'll never know what type of or what version of Man City you'll meet. So let's just hope that we meet the version that this Man City that we're seeing right now. Let's hope, man. That's all we can do. Don't forget, they're really pissed off as well. The players are getting pissed off. You saw Rodri. He lost his mind. He lost his mind in the interview. He's like, oh, everybody's against us. Everybody's against us. Regardless, and what I mean is like they're starting to get pissed off. So what we need to do is lock in right now in the league. Don't focus about the Carabao Cup. It's done. We got that done. And let's go for the league, man. Let's go for the league. Win by win. Like I said, do not turn around. Run and do not turn around. 9 points, go for 12. 12, go for 6. I don't care. Do not stop. Do not stop. But yeah, man, that's my thoughts on it. That's my thoughts on it, Al.
Yeah. No. Big up, man. And just quickly as well, I just want to big up to JCG, man. Come on, always in every single one. Isn't he, our JCG? He's a fucker, our JCG. What's he saying? Big up the Macy and Rashid. He's also saying big up the Kai Havertz and Mikel Marino. Lookalikes Aaron and Gianni. Cheers, mate. Thanks very much.
Is it a colour thing? Is it a colour thing? Is it a colour thing?
Underbelly. An underbelly JCG thing.
That's an underbelly.
Is it an underbelly JCG thing, is it? Man, we love a bit of JCG over here. Big up to you, brother, man. Hope you're well on that. 150%, man. Appreciate it as always, brother. Gianni, man, what do you reckon on that? Do you reckon if we do win the Premier League, if we do win the Carabao Cup, do you reckon we'll go on to win it?
Yeah,
to win the Premier League. Do you reckon it'll be that springboard?
100%. There'd have to be a madness in order for us to win this League Cup and then bottle the Premier League. I've been saying this on your show and a lot of other people's show for a while.
Yeah,
this isn't the same City team. I'm sorry. I know we give Pep respect because it's Pep. But besides Pep, the rest of that team is not the same. Again, I say it all the time. Every City fan should be worshiping the ground that De Bruyne and Gundogan walk across, because if they were here still in their prime, this is a different story of a situation, because by now they would have overtaken us. Because how many years have we seen Gundogan or De Bruyne come up with last-minute assists, last-minute goals, last-minute creativity, last-minute creativity that end up leading to them pulling out games, especially when we all know, we've all been saying it. Macy, Quaja, the Doc, you, me, we've all been saying it. We've all been waiting to see if City's going to go on that traditional second half run where they just start winning games left, right, and center. And they're not doing it because it's not the same team. Bernardo Silva is not the guy he was from 3 years ago. Kevin De Bruyne is no longer there. Gundogan's no longer there. It's finally exposed one of the most overrated center backs in Ruben Diaz is not who everybody's thought he's been for a few years. I just think he's a super overrated player. It exposes the inconsistencies. Big up, Natster. Shows the inconsistencies of a lot of other players. I mean, you know, when Manchester City won the treble, they were telling us that John Stones was a Rolls Royce of a defender. Sorry, he's not. He had a one-off good year like everybody else did to get that Champions League victory. So for me, at the end of the day, the mentality thing is the biggest problem that we've always questioned Arsenal with over the years. Do Arsenal have the mentality to take that next step and start sitting at the table with Liverpool and City for winning trophies? We win the League Cup. I think we do have that mentality push now to go on and win the league. However, and I want to stress this, me and Doc were on a show earlier, and we said this as also with Taryn. Big up BBK Sports every time.
Yeah, love that geezer, man.
Listen, at this current point in time, we need to be greedy. Two trophies is mandatory at this point of the season. 2 trophies is the bare minimum now at this.
You're entitled, Gianni. You're entitled.
We're Arsenal. We're Arsenal.
Yeah, boy.
We're supposed to be entitled to a trophy. Sorry for everybody who don't like that. At this current point in time of the season, 2 trophies minimum is mandatory for Mikel Arteta. If he ends up fucking it up to where we don't win the Carabao, but he pulls out the league, cool, you got to give him an extra year. But again, like what Rashid said, every year after this season that he wins is an option. If he wins 2 trophies, congrats. We'll definitely give you a year, possibly consider 2. But also, to what the Doc said, This is the only team that has tried doing this backwards. We're the only team that has spent $1 billion and not won trophies on the way there. Every other team that has reached that mark. You want to talk about the historic Inter, the historic Juve, the historic AC Milan, Chelsea, Manchester City. Everybody is amassing and adding trophies to the trophy hall before they hit the $1 billion. We're the only one that hasn't done that. So 2 trophies is a minimal because we need to build that trophy cabinet up a lot more for a lot of lost time that we haven't been winning anything.
Yeah. Nah, that's 100% facts, bro. We just got a new geezer in the building as well. Come on, man. Double chill, bottom left. What we saying, that's the man.
Big up, Master.
What up, people?
Big up, Master, man.
People? Live and directed in full effect. You know, like, I know you messaged me just a minute ago and all that. So I thought, why not, bro? Why not? We're in the final. Finale. You know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
it's about time, mate.
Wembley.
Where the famous, oh no, hang on, just bear with me a sec. I forgot through all that excitement that I didn't plug my fucking mic in. Absolute disgust. Can you hear me now, guys? Much better.
We can hear you anyway. Yeah.
No, but like, I only just realised I didn't have my mic. You know,
a bit of a stinker and hook there, mate.
I imagine, guys.
Yeah.
I imagine. You know what I'm saying? But it's all good. Yeah, mate. I was loving every single, like, you know, I messaged Gianni, and you know, like, it is, and a few others as well. This is what we live for as fans, isn't it? Get to the final. Now we're in the final. We got Sunderland tomorrow, 3:00 kickoff. Like, we know Timber's not playing. I don't think I would have played him anyway. You know what I mean? So it's just like, you know, we've got good strength in depth, even with injuries in our squad now. You could argue even that City don't have. Now you could say City have more quality in certain areas. I hear that, but they're not performing. Like, they're not consistent this season. We know what they can do. We know what Pep's about, but they've not quite been at it. So it's a massive opportunity. And so far we've taken it. But now when it comes to Sunderland, we're at home this time. Revenge. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, we need to be slapping these lot. We need to be slapping these lot. I'd say like 2-3-0, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? Because what Arteta did in that game was nothing short of disgraceful. It was embarrassing. Mosquera is your only sub. I don't think he'll do that this time around, regardless of how the game goes, because he can't afford to do it. He's put himself in that position. He's put us in that position, and he's got to do what he needs to do now. Like there's no turning back, and I think he realizes it now. Especially the fact that we reached the League Cup final. Even Merce said when he was cussing Chelsea, expeditiously, I might add, it's a big trophy. So for all you motherfuckers that are saying like, oh, we want the majors, well, League Cup is a major, FA Cup is a major, which we're still in, by the way. Obviously, Champs, we know is a major. We're still in that, but it's unlikely that we'll win that this time round because you've got the Bayerns, you've got the Barca's, etc. Real Madrid, you can't count them out. Inter, etc. And then obviously the league. What I want to see in the league, like, I understand Arteta playing the way that he did against Chelsea. I thought we were going to go for it a bit more, not like gung ho or anything like that. Nothing stupid. No spastic shit, but just like, you know, just have a little bit more. A little bit more directness, you know, like I thought there'd be a bit more intent to how we play. Like, we knock it about for a bit, but then we spray it wide a bit more. We're a little bit more direct, and then we take our chances. We did that one time. I can't remember who played that ball to. I think it was Kepa. Kepa played that ball, long ball, and then like Martinelli was running onto it, and he couldn't finish his dinner. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, he was our big. Do you know what I'm saying?
He could have lobbed the keeper. He could have lobbed it instead of like. He could have at least tried to.
He took too many touches, bro. Yeah. He took too many touches. When you're in that position, and Martinelli should know better because he's a striker, really and truly. But that's what happens when you play him touchline winger for way too long. Is certain times when it matters in a high pressure game that was. Yeah, granted, we got through. I'm not going to do the negative shit, but it's like that's when you got to keep a cool head. That's when you got to go back to basics and be like, okay, if I can't get it on my right foot, I'm gonna touch it with my right foot and then hit it with the left foot.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you got to hit it first time with left or right. In certain situations, if the ball's in the air, you got to head it in. Do you know what I'm saying? He's done it before. It is what it is. You just got to think like that. But like for me, like we done what we had to do. They offered nada. You know, Mer summed it up perfectly. You know, with Wesley Fofana crying. I mean, what is up with that bullshit?
Pussy.
You know? Yeah, like fucking pussy old bro. Pussy old bro. No, if you know, you know. But either way, like for me, like they didn't do enough. Enzo Fernandez in the first half, like with Kepa making a camera save, because let's be honest, it was right at him. That was their best chance. That was their best chance. After that, they did nothing. As soon as Enzo ballooned it over the bar in stoppage time, I knew we'd won. I knew we were through, because there was they showed their intent way too late, and this manager. Or that manager, Stephen Bartlett, aka Diary of a CEO Merchant. Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? Like that guy's worse than Arteta. He plays better football. Big up Vigilante each and every single time. But yeah, he plays better football than Arteta consistently. But that's about it. In every single aspect, he's worse. He's you notice how they're setting up the PR for him now. I noticed that if you're watching on Sky, not so much ITV, but if you're watching on Sky with Peter Jury and fucking Gary, well, we know Gary Neville talks bollocks anyway. But the way they were doing it, the way they were going on, like, oh, we were hanging on. You do realise we won the first leg 3-2, and it should have been more, by the way. It should have been 3-4-0. We gifted them 2 goals, Garnash's goal. And then when he came on, what did he do? He did jack shit. He did jack shit. We were comfortable. I wasn't feeling as comfortable, but again, once Enzo ballooned it over the bar, I was like, cool. And then we got the winner. I was fully gassed. Man was fully gassed, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But like now I'm looking at Sunderland and the rest of these games, and I'm looking at it like, now's the time to rest and rotate. That's what I said in my match reaction as well. Rest and rotate. Those are the buzzwords now. Because like Timber, etc. There's Marino's going to be out for a bit. Saka will be out for not as long, but he'll be out for probably a few weeks.
So we were told today that poor old Saka's hip is getting a little bit better, and he's nearly back. Poor old Saka's basically means he's not ready, but he'll be rushed back. So God bless Saka's hip. You know what I mean? Our prayers and thoughts are with Saka's hip, because Mikel Arteta will find a way to destroy that poor hip. We've got Mikel Merino was obviously absolutely done. I think Timber, he's not fine. I mean, it's fine as fine can be under a Mikel Arteta regime. We've got a couple of players back, but Odegaard as well. I mean, who cares? Who cares?
He's not injured. He's not injured.
I hope he's not injured.
He's psychologically injured.
Yeah. However way you look at it, I actually hope he's not injured. Like across the board, I actually hope he's. I don't wish injury on anyone, but I actually hope he's not injured. But the whole 100. He was declared unfit. I listened to Peter Drury and all the bollocks him and Neville was talking about. I was like, because I had a sneaky feeling, guys. I had a sneaky feeling. Do you know what I'm saying? That Odegaard was being dropped and it wasn't an injury like Arteta doing the PR thing and all that. I'm not saying it's definite, but I thought there was a slight chance in that. Maybe he's starting to realise, like, look, we're a lot better without Odegaard. And if he doesn't start against Sunderland tomorrow, if he don't start, we win that game. Plain and simple. I know Ezra's not been performing, Gyökeres and all of that, etc., whatever you think. But it's like, we have a team now, and we've put ourselves in a brilliant situation. Not that we can coast, because the league is far from over. I'm not saying that. But we can actually just like rest, recuperate, rotate, and just start playing, especially in the league. I want to see us playing better in the league, in the cup competitions, even in the Champions League. If you want to stink it out, more often than not, I hear it. As long as we get through, I hear it. But in the league, until we play Man City, we won't do that against Chelsea in the league at home. I think we'll go for it like we did in the first leg. As far as I can tell, do you know what I'm saying? I think we'll beat them. Yeah. But like against City in the league,
we should be playing set up differently because the dynamic's different, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like what you were sort of saying, you know, when we played Chelsea off the park at Stamford Bridge, really, we should have come out of that game 4-1. Instead, we came out of it 3-2 because of the goalkeeper's crap.
Yeah,
you know, but we essentially in a two-legged tie, we've earned the right for 2 results, haven't we? So, you know, you can stink the place out. All right, it's not what you want to watch, but you can stink the place out. You can get the draw. You can get a hard-earned draw. You can get a crap draw. You can do whatever, can't you? Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, you've deserved it. You've earned the right.
Yeah, and we've got a better run towards the end of the season than even Chelsea do. Chelsea do not realise how fucked they are because yes, they're technically in the Champions League, but they ain't winning that. You know, we won't win it most likely, but they're definitely not winning it. Not with this squad, and definitely not with that manager, that down ass manager. Like Jesus fucking Christ! Like what are we doing here? And then I don't know if they're still in the FA Cup. I can't remember if they're still in the FA Cup, but either way, I'm not convinced they would win that, even if they were anyway. So it's just like for me, the way I see our games panning forward. Obviously, you got the Chelsea at home. You got before that, you got Tottenham away, and then obviously City away. Like the only game I think Mikel Arteta should not just go pragmatic, but like stink it out because you can be pragmatic and still create opportunities. Do you know what I'm saying? Because we've been lacking in creativity. I'm not against pragmatic football, but my thing is just like we got to show intent. Now, if we go to City, we stink it out and then nick it at the end. Cool. Do you know what I'm saying? If we stink out at City and nick it at the end, I'm cool with that. But against Chelsea at home, we need to damn near blitz them. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and to be honest, I think we'll go for it because this manager don't rate Stephen Bartlett. Do you know what I'm saying? He don't rate that the CEO merchant at all. You saw that in the first leg, and you even saw that in the second leg. And then he's talking about, but the ball was in our own half when we were warming up.
What I was going to bring. What was that all about?
You know what I'm saying?
What was that all about? That made him look like such a little. And trust me, like to the proper Chelsea, you've just made yourself look like a proper bitch. The proper Chelsea, you look like a proper bitch. Why had you gone and done that?
Bro. They're charting his name in a Q&A, bro. They're dusted. Unless they somehow pot him, which I don't think they will, unless they slip so far down the table. But I don't even think that's going to happen. Like they'll probably be like 6th or 7th, maybe 8th at worst, but they'll probably still keep him at least until the start of next season. Do you know what I'm saying? And then they'll take it from there. But the longer that manager stays there, the worse it is for Chelsea. And you living proof with Arteta, at least up until this point, where now we're starting to, you know, compete on all fronts, and we've got a good chance of winning everything bar the Champions League, basically, really and truly. So a domestic treble, double is you know, what you said earlier, Gianni, like 2 trophies minimum. Like we ain't Villa, we ain't Palace, no disrespect to either of them clubs, especially Villa, you know, like, but we're at a point now where £1 billion spent deep. We need to go all out. Let's see how far we can get in the Champions League as well. To be honest, for me, if Arteta rests these players like he fucking should have done years ago and not play Odegaard, by the way, especially not starting, I don't see why we can't at least get to a semi-final like we did before, but just play better and maybe even a Champions League final. Now, if we get to a Champions League final, I'm not convinced we'll win it because in part, I kind of agree with Gianni where it's like, you know, the heritage comes into play and all of that. And especially if it's like against a Real Madrid, Barcelona again, Bayern Munich. Do you know what I'm saying? Even an Inter to a degree. I know Inter got slapped last season, but they've still made more finals recently. What they made 2 in the last 3-4 years. Yeah. So like, say what you want about Inter, it is what it is. And you know, like Johnny, you said in a previous stream, like they didn't play their strongest squad when we played them. You know, Chananolu was out. I didn't realize they had more missing, but look, it is what it is. Like, but for me, the way I see it going forward and starting tomorrow, I want us to put Sunderland to the sword. Why not go 2-3-0 up before half time? And then if you want to shut up shop. and then maybe we can nick another set piece goal and all of that. Like, what? Why can't we do that?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
Why
yeah.
not?
Quaja, do you know what we come to you now as well? Big up to you, brother. First and foremost, man. Do you know what I mean? Always hearing you, my geezer. How you been, man? And yeah, what do you reckon? Sunderland tomorrow. Darren puts in a good point here, and I will read out one of your other comments as well. You started, and we'll talk about it. But yeah, Granite's out tomorrow, and he is as well. The homecoming he didn't get.
Yeah.
So we don't need two holding midfielders, and this is the best thing about this. We do not need two holding midfielders. Could Rice, Eze, and Havertz play together? Or, more to the point, could he... Because that's actually a great point. I think Mikel Arteta will try and squeeze Havertz in. I reckon he will try and force him into a 10. I actually agree with Darren. This is why I wanted to bring this up here. And I want everyone to have their little chime on what I'm going to say is, do you reckon this is a fantastic opportunity for Mikel Arteta to shoehorn Havertz into this team?
For me, I think he might do that. I mean, he could play Rice as a Havertz, but you know what he's like. You know what Lego Head does. Don't be surprised if he plays Rice, Zubimendi, Havertz, because that's what he will do. He'll play Zubimendi in this match because you know that these games will never rotate. You only rotate against average teams. He will take Sunderland seriously because if you look at his press conference, he said that Sunderland are a good team. So when you look at him saying it, he looks a bit scared. That's why he would rather have Rice and Zubimendi instead of having Rice as a Havertz. Because for that Sunderland game, I do believe we'll win. Can you hear me, guys? Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's
You're a little muffled.
Little muffled-ish. Yeah, Quaja, my boy.
For
Little
tomorrow's match, I feel like with tomorrow's match, I think we'll beat them. However, we need to take it seriously because we know Lego Head will try and, focus on relying on set pieces and corner kicks, own goals. Aaron, because own goals has been one of our top scorers this season. So let's not forget that. Own goals has been our top score most. I think it's 6 own goals. Don't be surprised if we get an own goal. Don't be surprised. Because I feel like the Sunderland team is like, they've been bad away from home. But I just feel like we just need to take this seriously because, they can cause problems. Maybe you can say they have no Granit Xhaka, but you've got to take it seriously. I predict 3-0. I predicted 3-0 for this match. I feel like with Sunderland, I don't really think that they're really going to offer a threat. Maybe we can score 3 goals, but we just don't score 5. We just don't play that free-flowing football because it's just the sideways football, just the U-shaped football. And obviously, we play better football without Odegaard. Let's not forget, without Odegaard, we play better football. But when Odegaard gets in that team, we just stink it out. We play boring football. You just feel like, oh my God, Odegaard in the team, man. It's just a boring game.
Oh dear God.
Yeah.
Nicking a living God, bruv.
Just take a day off, guys. Let's just take a day off. Let's just turn the telly off, end the match. Let's just go outside, enjoy it, forget about it. Because Leeds, when he came on, I was like, no. Let's end it. He's gonna stink it out. It's gonna be a stinky 2-0 win. No. But you see Todd Green's online going, but he got an assist for Jesus' goal. His passing was good for Martin and he's got assist for Gyökeres. His IQ is exceptional. He's got dribbling skills. Aaron, you hear that? He's got dribbling skills. He's
Why he won't be here next season.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah.
He won't be here next season. That's why we're already linked to Tonali.
Yeah. Absolute facts.
Yeah. He's let's be honest. He's fucking Odegaard's fucking shit.
Yeah.
Like let's not beat around the bush. Let's not beat around the bush anymore.
Yes.
Let's not beat around the bush anymore with this idiot.
Yes.
We shout out to Sammy on the football rig. Me, Doc, Taryn, and Waffle Don did a show with him. I think maybe it was last week or 2 weeks ago, and we were talking about this. There was a tweet that was going around where Arteta in an interview said, well, I tell Odegaard to go forward. So Arteta basically hung Odegaard out to dry because everybody was getting on to him because of these 3 fuck-ups in the league. He's not going to have this guy here for too much longer. I think Arteta knew that had he put his neck on the line for Odegaard to play in that Chelsea game and we lost, it was going to be his ass next on the line because everybody's been frying Odegaard for the last 3 weeks. And realistically, we've been frying Odegaard for the whole year. The guy ain't that fucking good. I'm sorry. The guy's trash. Now, with everything going on, with the injuries and everything else, me personally, Mikel Merino being injured is actually a blessing in disguise. I don't want to say and act like, oh, I'm glad he's injured and everything else. But this is where we need now, where Miles Lewis-Skelly needs to get dropped into the midfield and out of that bullshit left back position. And as sad as it is, and shout out to the Doc and Taryn, because they said it earlier on Sammy's show, this is the only negative about this is why we should have never let Ethan Nwaneri go. Because this is depth. This is added squad depth that we would have to go and push on to potentially look even better and giving the youth an opportunity to understand what it's like with big game pressure coming up because you want your youth to get used to that. So for me, at the end of the day, I don't want to see Odegaard at this team anymore. I've said it a million times already. For me, I think we should go into this game with Sunderland, get it over the line, but then we should maybe start thinking about experimenting a little bit with the forward line to score more goals. I had said it on Sammy's show. For me, with the fact that Saka's going to be out for a while, and people are talking about, oh, should we be giving Noni Madueke starting time and everything else? Man, for me, I'm switching this entire situation to a 4-4-2 diamond midfield, and you could still play the same way and be able to go on and attack. Big up, Promise. You can go on and attack. For me, Martinelli, I think, is screaming to get put back into a striker's position, and I think Martinelli and Gyökeres as a strike partnership up top would be something to deal with for a lot of these teams would not be able to handle, in my personal opinion. Noni Madueke, he's a decent player. Yes, he's gotten a few assists here and there and everything else, but I'm not riding on Noni Madueke to flip the script and go back and hope he goes all the way back to the PSV days and be able to provide game in and game out service. I'm not a believer in him like that. For me, I think we should be simplifying this. You want to play 4-3-3, you simplify it, go back to how we played offense in 22-23, which was more like a 4-4-2 diamond midfield at all. Have Martinelli back in the forward line because his best job so far this season is when he's coming from the middle. Link him up with Gyökeres and have Trossard feeding the both of them, and then you can have a Zubamendi, a Rice, and an Eze midfield trailing behind, or a Miles Lewis-Skelly, and let Eze and Lewis-Skelly roam the way that Odegaard used to roam when Odegaard was good for 2 seasons. For me, I think that's the way that we should be looking at this and not messing around anymore. Like Natster said, we should be coming in hoping to blow the doors off of fucking Sunderland tomorrow because if you just got to a final and you go in at home and smoke Sunderland 3-0, now everybody's starting to see that Arsenal is taking those necessary steps to show that we're winning the league and we're walking away with at least 2 trophies this year. And the other thing is we need to demoralize City. Let's all remember something. The round of 16 Champions League draw is coming up, and there is a potential where we could run into City 4 times in the back half of the season. And I don't want to run into City 4 times at the back half of the season if we're still going to be questioning the mentality of this team. Because any which way, a knockout in the Champions League, a knockout losing the final and potentially losing to them in the Carabao Cup would do wonders as far as damaging the mentality to where potentially we could pull a massive Arteta job and walk away with no trophies this year. So for me, extend the lead as much as you can, demoralize City, and let's keep going forward to win these trophies. But for me, fuck Mikel Merino. The guy should not be on this team. The guy is at fault for that Manchester United game-winning shot, whether anybody wants to admit it or not. He was the number 6 that backed off and gave Cunha the space. Rice got burned and was in the 8 position. For me, fuck Merino, fuck Odegaard. Neither one of these 2 teams should be playing any big games for us anymore. Let the kids come in and play. Let's get some energy into this midfield, and let's go blow the doors off the rest of this league and bring the titles home. That's all I care about at this point in time now.
Yeah, oh, mate. Oh, yeah, you just absolutely landed that, Gianni, bruv. I will give you that, mate. I mean, yeah, fair, absolutely fair dudes. And you said something as well, yeah. You know, about puncturing. I don't use the word puncher, but about puncturing Manchester City along the way. You know, deflating them. You know, really taking a notch out of them. You do that. You do that by getting to the final with them. We were the first team.
Of course.
That's yeah.
That's by 1,000 cuts.
We were the first team to get to the final, yeah, Tuesday. You know, we said, right, now over to you. We knew they were going to get there anyway, but we're there. Come and join us. You know, we're at the table. Eat with us. Then we get the opportunity of playing first. Now, I think, unless I'm mistaken, in the next 3 games after this, I think Manchester City play either first or at least at the same time. I'm sure they play first in the next 2 or 3 times. So this is a big opportunity for Arsenal Football Club. We've gone to a final of an FA Cup and just of a League Cup. And just what Gianni said, now's the time when you just put that foot on, where you turn the screw, where you twist the knife. That's what you do. That's what you do when you're going to be champions. That's what you do when you're going to be, when you go from good to great. That's what you do. You turn the knife. So what do? We go and humiliate Sunderland. That's what I want. That's what I want. I don't want us to... We had a businessman-like performance again Tuesday. We'd done the job. Sweet. All well and good. Now absolutely blow the pants off of Sunderland, like what Gianni's saying. Go absolutely destroy them. Take the piss out of them. Humiliate them. You've got an excellent stage. It's set up. It's prepped. All the carpenters, the electricians, the plumber, they've all sorted it. It's all there. All ready to go. The stage is ready. Firing. It's all set for Arsenal Football Club to go there and absolutely destroy them tomorrow. I think if we run out 3 or 4-0 winners, you know, Manchester City are going, okay, yeah, it's one game played more, but they're going, oh, okay, well, we got them in the final, you know, 9 points behind now. The rest of the league again, okay, yeah, Arsenal are meaning business. Yeah, Arsenal ain't pissing around. What do you do? What do you do after you've just got to your final? Yeah, you don't have a little hangover. You ain't won nothing yet. Yeah, you go and take the piss out of Sunderland. Let the fucking rest of the league sit with that. Let that sit. Because trust me, a result like that, when you let that simmer, that will hurt in a lot of places. It's like them little paper cuts. You know, they always seem to hurt the most, them tiny little paper cuts.
Death by 1,000 cuts. Yes.
Yeah. Death by 1,000 cuts.
Yes. No.
Yeah, jump in, Doc. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and you know, like, and what I want to jump in because, you know, Jay Push of 555-4, you know, is spot on. I have said this multiple times across years. The only attacking midfielder at Arsenal in probably the last 20, 30 years that is worse than Odegaard is Fabio. Yeah, let that sink in, ladies and gentlemen. Because let me tell you
this. Pretty much the same price. Never forget. Sorry to cut you off, Doc. Just very quickly, we could have got Vitinha for pretty much the same price. So whoever we sent to Porto, and thought that Fabio Vieira was a better option, I'm sorry, do you know what I'm saying?
Well, you know just as well as I do, it was the same kind of scouts that had, that had said that that man like Kvaratskhelia wasn't good enough for Arsenal. We have. So, in case people don't recall, we're gonna do a little bit of story time, and I may be carbon dating myself here a little bit now. So, so if you recall, during the COVID era, there were a lot of departures from the club simply because they were cutting down on the staff. And some of the staff that they had let go were from our scouting department, namely Francis Kagigao. And now you see Francis Kagigao, he has had a pretty exemplary track record at Arsenal, bringing in the likes of Cesc and Van Persie and Nasri and, pretty much anyone that actually, succeeded at Arsenal over time. Like, granted, he had a few duds, but, it was like he was normally shooting shot 8 out of 10. With that being said, if you recall, the name like Jason Ato, does that ring a bell in anyone's ears? Because Jason Ato at the time, he was brought in. I'm not sure if he was brought in by Arteta, but ultimately Arteta wanted to retain the likes of video analysts like Jason Ado instead of our more experienced scouts. And for years, we have been conducting this type of crackpot bullshit, like statistical analysis with all of this, like AI embedded data, instead of sending scouts to the fucking pitch wherever these players are playing and actually using our own pair of eyes. Like, that has been probably one of the greatest Achilles heels of AI, is that ultimately people are becoming less dependent on their own thought, and they are relying on technology instead. Because let me tell you, our track record of recruitment over like during this regime has been pitiful. And the fact of the matter is, there are people in our fan base that continue to defend players that would not even be able to make the starting 11 a decade ago. For the fact that people are comparing Odegaard, to be better than Ozil, that they're comparing 29 to be better than Bergkamp, that they're taking Saka over Pires. They don't know shit from fucking.
They'll even take Saka over Lundberg. Over Lundberg, bruv. Like, what are they fucking smoking? The crab pipe. It's probably, what's that, fentanyl or some shit? It is
methamphetamine cooked behind a dumpster. It is like, and so let me tell you this, all right? This club has been moving a little bit differently in the back room. As a thing that we talked about before, right? As we talked about before, there have been a lot of departures from this club over the last few years. Like, we have gotten rid of our CEO, we've gotten rid of our technical, director, we've gotten rid of a lot of people. The only people that still remain since day dot are the Cronkies, the manager, and man like smelly Richard Garlick. All right, this ownership is getting ready to drop this long overdue P45 if things go pear-shaped, because now we have all the other pieces. We now have a proper chief scout. We now have a proper football.
We have our new Diamond Days, guys. New Diamond Days. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's Glenn Mislintat, guys.
And the only thing that is really missing at this stage is a manager who has the spine and the sack to get over the line. Oh, not the bathtub vent. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, no, bathtub vent is already too far of a bridge and too expensive of a bridge to cross. No, they are. Like, think of one of the most worst alleyways right outside of Oxford Circus. There's a very dark and damp alleyway. There's a dumpster, like scuttle butted, in between like a bunch of litter. That is where they are cooking this methamphetamine. This very alleyway.
It's grim out them parts, bro. I'm saying, especially now, I can attest to that. So this is
what spot is that?
That's that bath salt.
Yeah, it's grim, bro. It's looking grim. It's like was it Breaking Bad? Like when the spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't seen it, where Aaron or what is it? Jesse puts the dead body in the tub and then it fucking falls through the fucking sea.
Them uric acid. That's that shit.
It doesn't get the proper tub as instructed, and it just. I got a bath. Why don't I just put it in the bath, yo? Do you know what I'm saying?
We got so many crankheads as fans in this, in this fan base that are supporting absolute scrubs that couldn't even get into the same room, let alone in the same fucking continent as players that we have had in the past. And the fact that they've been recycling mediocrity for so long, again, it is so damning and reflective of why we have allowed this team and this club to go trophyless for so long. I got to stop yapping, but I swear down, this club better not fuck up. And I actually have to go on this note. So bless up to you all. We're about to get committee up in here tonight. Not through Sames, papa. We already know.
You been on one, Doc, man. I love it, man. Come on, Doc.
Yeah,
my fucking boy.
Not dog,
Yo,
man.
tomorrow predictions, swear down, it should be a 4-0 drubbing. I want to see us slap the fuck out of Sunderland. I want to see us go on that pitch tomorrow and say, you know what, this is for this is retribution after dropping points, at your ground. I'm telling you, I want them to go fucking like Dikembe Mutombo on their asses. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I think we'll do it. There's no Granit Xhaka and there's no Daniel Ballard as well.
Oh, well,
2 key players,
yeah.
bro. We're beating them tomorrow. Even with Odegaard, we still enough to beat them. Do you know what I'm saying? Like that. That's where we're at. So it is what it is. It is what it is.
Go on and get in there, AC. All right, but we got to What's up to you all, man? Take care, man. Take care.
Always, brother. Always, brother. Macy.
Take care, man. Take care.
What's up, Aaron?
No Dan Ballard, no Granit Xhaka, Macy. Come on, man. And
like two Arsenal players not in the team. And remember, Dan Ballard scored against us before. So now that he's not in the team, but let's not forget Brian Broby is in the squad. And remember the last time he scored against us, that finished 2-2. So Brian Broby is one of the most overrated strikers in Europe. I didn't rate him at Ajax, and I certainly don't rate him at Sunderland. But one thing clear about Broby, he is somebody that can score a goal, because if you give him that space, he can create a goal scoring opportunity for you. And they've also got some other good players too. They've got Habib Diarra, he's a top midfielder. And they've also got Chalby. That guy absolutely scored a rocket against Burnley on Monday. Did you see that goal he scored? That was an absolute insane rocket of a goal. So we better not let him score that rocket against us tomorrow. So, but yeah, I am confident we can beat Sunderland. But as long as Arteta, as long as he doesn't play this kind of this pragmatic football of getting a goal and then retreating, this is what he's been telling these players to do. So first we get a goal and then he tells the players to back off. I want to see us put some more goals in to put Sunderland out of their misery. I do not want to see us getting one goal and then we just have to retreat back and defend and make sure that Sunderland don't try and score past us. So that is what I don't want to see. I want to see us put more goals on Sunderland to put them out of our misery. Then we can go on to the next game against Brentford, do the same to them, and then move on. Because every time we get one goal and back off, that is not good, because we're inviting pressure back into the opposition side. So we have to beat Sunderland. We have to get maybe 3 goals or 2 goals to win comfortably. But
yeah,
I do not. I just think now that Timber is injured, now's the right time for us to start using Ben White at right back. But I'm a bit worried about his health, if he's ready for tomorrow, because Ben White hasn't started a game since I think I can't remember the last time he started a game for us. But all in all, I want to see a
couple of weeks back, wasn't it?
I want to see Ben White getting more involved in the team. I want to see, I don't rate Calafiori, but I would probably start him at left back, because, I still don't rate Calafiori, but I just have to stick with him at left back, because for me, in Campi, I would start him at left back, because against Chelsea, he's my match, because he was keeping the left-hand side of Chelsea out of the match. So I would give Nkapie a chance, but we know this manager favors Calafiori, so I just think he's gonna start Calafiori tomorrow. But
I think he will, because of the expected ease and comfort of the game.
Yeah.
I think that's why he'll start Calafiori
Aaron.
tomorrow. Yeah.
And then for my midfield, I would say I would probably go for a midfield of Rice, Eze, and Havertz. But we know this manager favors Zubimendi all the time, so he's gonna put Zubimendi over and Rice together, because this is his favoritism. But my midfield pairing would be Rice, Eze, and Havertz, because that midfield could be a good option, because we get to see Rice and Eze moving forward, creating an opportunity for the strikers, and Havertz back to defend. So that could be my midfield pairing for tomorrow. And for up front, I would put Gyökeres up front, because he's been nominated for Arsenal's best player of the year. Like he's been absolutely tremendous. And why stop there? We need to keep giving Gyökeres more service, because we brought him into this football club to be our new hitman. And this season, he's really looking like he is our hitman. As long as we keep feeding him some goals and assists, then we will start firing in some. We can start getting Gyökeres more involved in the game, because against Chelsea, he was trying to make things happen for us, but he got subbed out for Havertz, because this manager still has his own. He still doesn't rate Gyökeres as a striker. So I would continue to put Gyökeres up front, because he's our main man, and put Madueke on the left, and put Trossard on the left, Madueke on the right, because Martinelli, he did try and create some opportunities, but you got to be finishing them. Like, I don't know how he keeps taking too many touches, but he can't even create a goal for himself. So I just think Martinelli needs to be on the bench, and maybe give Trossard an opportunity to start on the right, and Madueke on the left, and Gyökeres up front. That would be my starting lineup for tomorrow against Sunderland.
Yeah, no, buzzer man. There's not too many things I disagree with there, Mace. But I just wanted to say as well, it's been a long time since I've had my man Dazza on the show, man.
Good evening, Aaron.
Big up, Darren.
Got two new faces here, obviously.
Big up,
BBK and
Darren.
Dazza. We'll come to Dazza first, of course. Yeah, man. Always a pleasure to jump on. I was quite surprised.
Yeah.
I see you jump in the chat, and then I had a little pop. I see you backstage. I thought, well, hello, mate.
Yeah,
Fellow Willingdon
good.
brother.
Good to be back. Been a bit waylaid with all bollocks outside football, but that's life. Went on Tuesday, thoroughly enjoyed the game. As the result was concerned, it was a dour game, but went on Tuesday in block area 23. Had all the Chelsea scum above me, reminding us about Europe and shit like that, you know. But at the end of the day, we're Brexit FC. We ain't no good in Europe. We'll keep taking all the domestic trophies. Thank you very much. But, you know, if we can pinch the Champions League, I will be over the moon. You know, I will be over the moon. But, so looking forward to tomorrow's game against Sunderland. I think 3-0 will be nice. Just picking up on what Macy said there. Agree with a lot of what he said there. Apart from, I would probably wonder if Jesus could go on the left next to Glock, because I do feel that if as a manager he said to them too, right, and the team, let's get the balls in the box, get Jesus outside the box, but when other people have got the ball outside the box, stick it in the box and put Jesus in there, because in the 80s and 90s and even the noughties, you used to get a combination of a big bloke and a smaller bloke in the box.
Little
like
and large,
Sutton and Shearer, they won the Premiership with them two. Sutton was a big, tall, won the knockdowns for Shearer to put them in, right? Yeah. So I think there's capital in that. I do think we could make a big, if we could find someone to make the runs in the box alongside Glock. And the other thing they need to work on in training, right, in the Liverpool game, and it happened on Tuesday, is wingers get the ball and they cross the ball into space away from players. They've got to learn to, when they're out, actually make sure there is a runner in the box and make sure the ball's to feet, because that's just basics. That's stuff the Invincibles, it was bread and butter for them. You know, they're looking up and you know, they're just not doing that. So I just think that's what they need to work on at the minute. Other than that, I mean, Saliba and Gabriel are solid as a rock at the back. Yeah. I am impressed with Nkapé. I've got to tell you, I am impressed with him.
Do you like it? Is he your first choice?
Down. He's not let us
down.
Is
he your first choice left back? Is he?
I'm not sure. That's difficult because Calafiori, he's good as well. I like him as well, bombing forward. Calafiori. So that's a tough one, really. That's a really close one to call, I think. You know,
is it a horses for courses, Dazza? Let's just say, presume both fit, presume both are on form.
Yeah,
you know, is it that they sort of horses for courses on the left?
Yeah, I'd probably go with Calafiori tomorrow to give Nkapé a bit of a rest because he's been playing a lot of games, rotate it, and because we're playing Sunderland, we want like a headless chicken, don't we, to be being the extra man in attack because they ain't really got much up front. Sunderland are very poor away. Look, if West Ham can pan them 3-1, Arteta's got no excuses tomorrow. I couldn't give a shit about how many games we play. The size of the squad he's got, he should be managing this and putting Sunderland to bed by 3 clear goals tomorrow.
Yeah. And do you know what as well, Dazza? We shouldn't be going into half-time even just 1-0 up. The game, maybe not necessarily should be to bed, but it should be absolutely comfortable by half-time, shouldn't it? I mean, that's what I'm expecting. Yeah, that's what I'm expecting, you know, for us to turn up there with the right attitude, with the right team, whether it be chopped and changed, not, you know, so much here, you know what I mean, as in well you do for a whole season. But I expect the intent. It's not about who lines up, sorry for me. It's about the intent. I want us to go out there and just go, look, we're fresh off of getting to a final for the first time in you know 6-7 years. We're going to be going to a cup final. We know we've got that date in our mind now. Now going with with whatever pressure comes with blowing Manchester City, not away necessarily, but 9 points. And they play Liverpool. 9 points and they play Liverpool. There's plenty of other games to go, but just let them sit with that. That's what it's all about. Go there straight away at Sunderland. Yeah. Straight away at Sunderland goes, you know, from minute one, you've got 90 minutes. Not just to show Sunderland. Sunderland are just, unfortunately, they're just a bit of meat in this. They're just the bait to devour. Use Sunderland to show Manchester City what they've got coming. Let that simmer. Let that simmer. When you play Liverpool, Manchester City, just remember that we're going to meet you in the cup final. That we've just smashed Sunderland 5-0. Now you've got to go to Liverpool, and it's 9 points, by the way. That's what I want to be seeing tomorrow. The intent to go out there and win that game tomorrow. Taron, is that sort of the intent that you want to be going out and seeing tomorrow from the boys?
Hey, look at me. I'm the captain now. I'm not here to answer your questions. I'm here to ask the questions. I got a whole list of questions here for you, Aaron. Are you ready for them?
Good.
The hell is what I think. I want to know that questions. I want to know what goalkeeper you're starting in the final. Them type of something there. You know, I want to know the key questions, man. Now, man, big up to you, man. Big up to the panel. I caught the back end of Macy's lineup there, which is fine. I think it's fine. I don't know how comfortable I am with Nani on the left. You know, Nani on the right. I think he's better on the right. I saw him at Chelsea. He was bad on the right, but even worse on the left. You know, I don't know if Macy want to jump in and acknowledge that Nani on the left isn't great. I've seen enough of him on the left. I don't think he is great over there. On the right-hand side, he is okay.
Well, I basically got confused. Like I said, I didn't say Madueke on the left. I said Madueke on the right, Trossard on the left, Gyökeres on. I got a bit mixed up there, but sorry about that, Taron. Yeah,
no, I can work with that. And I was talking to Gianni and other boys earlier about this is why I was annoyed by letting Ethan go on loan, because now we've weakened our squad. Now Nani Madueke is the only point of failure of left-footed, inverted right wingers. I don't like that. It's not like Ethan didn't prove that he's comfortable and can perform there at a high level. But you know what, Aaron, when you mentioned the opportunity and the marker to let Man City see that we're 9 points clear, but they've given us opportunities before.
I know what
you
you're
know
gonna
what I mean?
say.
They gave us the opportunity against when they drew it with Chelsea and drew with Brighton and lost, and we didn't really take advantage of those opportunities. So what makes this one so different? You know, I don't know. It's like there's a us getting in our own way, because I'd be willing to declare the Premier League title almost over if we were going into this game saying let's make it 12 to 14 points, because 12 to 14 points with 42 points to play from, I think even this Man City team would be difficult for them to make. But the 9 points is important. They must see 9 points on the board when they walk out at Anfield. You know, must. Sunderland already took a point from us this season. We can't make that 2 or 4. It has to be, that's the only point, or the only 2 points that they're going to take from us. We have to win this game. We must. You know, so when I said 4-0 in the chat earlier, I wasn't joking. I think we need to really lay the marker down. And we have 7 Premier League games and a Champions League game and an FA Cup game between now and the final. Let's use those 7 games to either maintain or let the lead on Man City grows, because I do believe if they're still within striking distance when we get close to that final, where they can use that one game in the final to take the trophy from us and send a message to us that, hey, you're still in striking distance in the league, we're coming for you, I think that could be a problem. So these 7 games, crucial. I think if we win 6 of them, I want us to win all 7, if I'm being honest, but if we win 6 of them, I think we're in good hands going into that final.
Yeah. Yeah, do you know what as well? What you're saying about it, and I knew you was going to say it. I knew you was going to say, because I left it sort of open to that. Yeah, we have been here, sitting there, and done it very recently. You know, we've got this opportunity to put them into the ground to go this clear, and we hadn't done it. And we got this opportunity, and we didn't do it, and we didn't do it, and so forth and so forth. Yes, we have over the last couple of weeks consistently actually failed in that sort of regard. However, this sort of seems like it's probably going to be one of the last sort of chances for us to do it. It's a home game against Sunderland. Surely we have to be winning that. Surely. Let's just take away the 9 points, the everything. We have to be winning this game. We should be going 9 points ahead. It's not like we have to beat a Manchester United side that are reinvigorated by a year-old Carrick. You know what I mean? It's surely something that we've got to do. It's surely something that we've got to do. And also, it's the only opportunity that we're going to have in a couple of weeks, because Manchester City play first for a large number of games, and then it's evened. I had a little look into it, and I think actually over the next 5 or 6, Manchester City either play first or play at the same time as Arsenal Football Club. Until then, still Sky and the football release all the football, and then some of the days change. Blah 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 blah. So they'll be playing first, or even so. We've got this real opportunity. We have to take it. We have to put that to them and just go, here, there's 9 points there now. You've got Liverpool. Yes, it all evens out. We play each other twice, but they've got to sit with that. And if we don't take this advantage, bro, I'm just gonna drive off a cliff or something, man. Like, I just can't take it anymore, Taron, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just can't. Like, I'm one of them fans, yeah. I'm one of them fans, right? I'm logical. I'm rational. I also do think with my heart, but I don't let it consume me like a lot of other fans. But do you know what? I'm waiting for that moment. I'm waiting for that moment. And I always have it in a season, right? And it not necessarily with Arsenal. I'll look at a team watching the league, and I've done it for years and gone, yeah, that's the team that's going to win the league. That's the team that's going to win the league. And most of the time they win it. And you know, it's quite early on. You know, when you just look at a team and go, yeah, they'll win it. They'll win it. And you get that feeling. I haven't had that feeling with Arsenal for a very long time. I still haven't had it. I haven't had that feeling with anyone this season, by the way, just letting everyone know. I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for that. And giving me 9 points, I'm not saying it will happen, because it won't. I know it won't. But when you go 9 points clear in Manchester City, should they lose to Liverpool, and then you got that 9 points gap, all of a sudden then, okay, yeah, you know, fixtures change and blah, blah, blah. The problem that they've got there is it deflates them. Gianni alluded to it a little bit earlier. Once you start going, wow, yeah, it's even games now, yeah, and it is 9 points now, yeah, and we are still a little bit shitty now. That's when it starts getting you down. But also keep letting them back in. Keep giving them opportunity for reinvigoration. Keep giving them that chance. We need to just stamp on their head and go, yes, 9 points now, brother, and you've just lost to Liverpool. What are you going to do about it? That's what I'm waiting to. And I'm just waiting, desperately, just waiting to sit in my seat at the Emirates, Taron, and just go, I think I'm watching the champions, you know? I'm desperate. I'm desperately waiting for that, to just sit there and go, yeah, we're going to win it this year, man. I don't know when that's going to come. I don't know if that's going to come. But that's all I'm praying for, bruv. And 3 points against Sunderland in the right way will do a lot to fucking prove that to me, bruv.
Yeah, I fully hear that, man. But now surely we can't go back-to-back losses at home at the Emirates, not the Fortress. It's all lined up. Surely we can. And the thing is, the schedule and the football gods have given us the opportunity for us to give you that feeling. It's the club that failed you, because the opportunity was there against Liverpool at home with no Ekitike, no Salah, no Isak. Yeah. The opportunity was there away at Forest. And you just saw that. So that's why I was late to the stream. I was watching that Friday night spectacle, my friend. They just got pumped 3-0 or 3-1 in the end, by Leeds. The opportunity was there against them. That's 4 points dropped. Going into this weekend, the opportunity was there for us to say, okay, even Mikel, even he in his worst can't mess this up, because then we'll be double digits clear and we would have a superior goal difference. So there are only so many times that the opportunity is going to knock before it walks away. And this weekend might be one of the few times that it knocks again, gives us 3 points, sends them to Anfield. And if we don't take advantage of this, we could look back at this and be like, this was the weekend that Arsenal really stepped on their own laces.
Facts.
But this is why I think we will win, and not only win, but win convincingly tomorrow. Because you saw at the end, right, after the Chelsea game, and the way they went out on a whimper, like got sent back to the doldrums, like witches, like bitches, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like this team is rejuvenated just off of that result alone. Now, is it enough? No, because then it's up to the manager now to rotate and rest. We got Dalman injured, as I mentioned earlier, which is why, in part, I didn't want Ethan to go, but I'm glad Ethan's getting game time as well. So it's kind of a muchness. Marino's out. In terms of midfield, I'm fully glad. I hear what Gianni's saying, but as a striking option, but again, like, it depends what he does. Would he go 4-4-2 diamond or even 4-2-3-1? He should, but I'm not. I'm not. You know me, guys. Like, I'm old school 4-4-2 chicken and chip settings with a little bit of a space. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and if you know, yeah. Like, why can't we have a Gyökeres and Martinelli up front? Do you know what I'm saying? Why can't we have Jesus out on the left? I'd rather Jesus out on the left right here, right now, Fat Boy Slim settings, than even Trossard or Martinelli. Do you know what I'm saying? Because at least with Jesus, we know Jesus is the best on the left, and he could technically play on the right. If we desperately needed him to play on the right, especially if like Madueke is having stinker after stinker, Saka ain't been doing it. He's been running to the ground. Obviously, the longer Odegaard's out the team, the better. And for me, that, like Odegaard not being in the team is helping us big time. And I think this manager, after getting over that semi-final hump, he's got over that semi. Now he can get the full drill sergeant stand to attention and all that shit. Like, I think a lot of things are starting to sink in with him. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, Odegaard ain't it. I know I've made the decision with club captain, blah blah blah, but he's kind of. I hope and I really want to see him just ease him out the team. So even if he's technically club captain, that means fuck all, because we know who the real captains are. It's Declan Rice and Gabriel Magalhaes, isn't it? At the very least. So for me, it's like all this manager has to do, is pick the right team, rest and rotate. Those are the key words. Those are the buzzwords: rest and rotate. Because we do that, we not only beat Sunderland, we make it 9 points until City facing Liverpool at the Etihad, or was it at Anfield?
It's at Anfield, 4:30 p.m. kickoff.
Anfield.
They're losing. They're definitely not winning that. I don't think they're winning it.
Yeah, I don't think.
Yeah, I think they'll lose that game, which is why it's even more imperative for us to win. But I believe we will win because that Chelsea game, yes, the players will be shattered, but at the same time, you know, that second wind. Do you know what I'm saying? You know, Saliba absolutely gassed. Gabriel, Eze didn't play that well. Gyökeres, but their emotions will be sky high in the right way. You know, and then you got Timber. I know he's not going to play on Saturday and all of that. Saka as well. You know, there's a lot of players that haven't really quite been performing or not well enough that needed that result. Sometimes a big game, big results, can galvanize a whole squad, a whole unit, and just take you over the line when you're not playing that well. Because we haven't been playing that well. We haven't had a 90-minute performance all season. There's been no conclusive Premier League winner. We're doing what we're doing in the Cups for now. Wigan, I believe, will beat them as well in the next few weeks or so.
Yep.
We'll play our second string. I would love to see Miles Lewis-Skelly in the middle. I'd love to see like Salmon right back. You know, what's his face? Nichols at centre back. Whatever the other kid's name is. Like, even utilize a couple of the other youth team players. I'm not familiar with name wise. Anyway, do you know what I'm saying? Why not? Why not? Like, we know Mertesacker leaving at the end of the season, and that's big shoes to fill. Do you know what I'm saying? We're going to have to replace her, but I believe we will. Like, we already replaced our scout with Diamond Eyes. Obviously, we brought Berta in, so we got the Andrea Berta Michele combination. Yeah, I'm sure we'll get a head of youth academy. Might be Italian, might be not. I'm not fussed either way, as long as they're elite.
Berta's probably got. I wonder if there'll be any links running down the Berta train for that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm sure there will be. Yeah. But here's the thing: I'm actually very relaxed. I'm kind of gassed, but I'm relaxed at the same time. I'm measured. Let's just say this: I'm measured because other than Brobby, I don't see any threat that Sunderland can, give us. Do you know what I'm saying? Big up Ozzy each and every single time. It's
big up Ozzy, brother.
Big up Ozzy.
We don't even need to play like absolutely scintillating football or have 10-10 performances, which we haven't had. All we need to do is be clinical. You know, I want Arteta. If Arteta's going to work on anything in the training ground, how about crossing, passing, and most importantly, fucking shooting, bruv? Do you know what I'm saying? I'm sick and tired of this shit. This is one thing. I'm sick and tired of this shit of players like can't shoot for shit. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm convinced they don't do that in training. Probably the whole fucking season. Get them shooting boots on and fucking whack the cunt. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, absolutely humdinger, chicken zinger, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? We saw Madueke against Brugge, innit? Do it one time for the mind. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, we need to see that.
And then got hooked.
Roll it again. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, we need that. We need that because we put 4 past Sunderland, yeah? Let's say it's 2-0 at half time, yeah? I'm cool. But if it's 1-0, I'm not feeling so good. But we win that game 3-0, yeah? And then who have we got after Sunderland? Like, I know we got like Spurs in a couple of weeks' time or so.
Got Brentford.
Brentford on Thursday, and then we've got Tottenham on next week. Natster. We've got 3 tough games coming up. Sunderland tomorrow, Brentford on Thursday, and Tottenham next week.
Yeah, Brentford will be a lot tougher than people think.
Yeah, it's away. Yeah.
If this manager does the right
I'll get it up for you.
I think we could get a result. I think we can get a result against Brentford because they'll field a stronger team than they did when they played us at home. So it's not that I'm worried, but it's a lot of it comes down to this manager resting, rotating, rejuvenating, and just picking the right team. You know, he doesn't even need to do that much. Just make certain tweaks here and there.
Yeah, 1 or 2.
Yeah. He just needs to make a few at least.
Exactly, Darren. 100, isn't it? Them little tweaks here and there.
Guard out the fucking squad, and Bob's your uncle. Like we're well on our way. We're gonna do this and all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Now, I know it's a bit too soon for that, but granted, if he does them things and he keeps Odegaard out, like he can make all the excuses in the world. He can say declared fit or unfit rather again. He could do that for the whole season. I won't give a shit. We all know it's bullshit, but if it keeps him out the squad, I'm all for it. Marino's injured. Saka's injured at the moment. You know, it's a shame that Max Dowman's still injured as well, but I don't know when he's back. I don't know if he's going to be out for the whole season. You know, if that's the case, it will be a shame. But yeah, I'm looking at all these games. You got Sunderland will beat them.
Yeah, this is our February.
Yeah, Brentford, we could. I don't think we'll lose that game. Not the worst, but like I reckon we'll probably get a draw if we're not quite at it. But do you know what? Like we've not been as bad Brentford away. Do you know what I'm saying? It's the same Brentford where Arteta gave Ethan his debut at 15. You know, to break the records and all of that. We got Wigan in the FA Cup. We'll beat them. Wolves will definitely beat them. But I want a 4-5-0. But I'm not going to completely get my hopes up. But if we play like how I expect to against Sunderland and even Brentford. Because if we do what's required against Brentford, we'll beat them, even if it's by a goal or two, like a 2-1 or something. And then we've got Tottenham away. Now we saw what they did to Man City, but we've actually got a decent record against Tottenham, home and away. Yeah. Did we beat them at their gaff last season or the season before?
Yeah, we did.
Shit.
Yeah.
They're rubbish, bro. They're spuds, bro. If you call them spuds.
Yeah. We should definitely beat them. That game might actually be easier than the Brentford game. You heard it first? No, I'm not even kidding. Like that.
I agree.
Well, the fans want the Managerial.
Also on that note,
Wigan do.
But also on that note, we have to beat Wigan because remember, this manager's got a record of going out of the FA Cup in the fourth round a lot in his time. Last season, he went out to Manchester United, so we cannot go out this time because
so we've got a guard against them places.
I think the club have had a word with Arteta and said, you're not going on holiday to Dubai this year, Mikel.
Yeah. It ain't happening, mate.
I guarantee this is the first time.
The players are focused, guys. Let's freaking do this. Let's freaking go, guys. You know
I guarantee this is the first time. I guarantee this is the first time we're in the fifth round. If we beat Wigan, it's the first time in the fifth round since Lego had won that FA Cup.
It is,
We've
only beat Oxford and Crystal Palace. That's it.
Yeah, if we do beat Wigan, this will be the first time we go into the fifth round since Arteta won that FA Cup in that pandemic year when he won it with Emery's team. So
since we won it, Crystal Palace and Oxford, bruv. They're the only teams we've won. The only games we've won in the FA Cup since winning the cup itself. Madness.
I forgot.
Sorry, very quickly.
One sec. Aaron, I forgot. Top owners were mentioning Community Shields.
Let COYG go. Yeah.
Can you does anyone talk about the community shields, please? Darren, can anyone talk to me about the community shields? Because Lego head in his press conference said he won 3 trophies, so surely it does count as a trophy, right? Because Top Gunner said it was a trophy.
Well, that's the mark of the fraud that Arteta is. The mark of the fraud that is Arteta thinks that community shields are trophies. They're not. They don't count.
It's just the community shield is like something that you can build on for the new season. So it's not a trophy. It's like some sort of charity or something. It's not a trophy.
It's the pre-season before the season.
It just makes the squad photo a little bit shinier, doesn't it? Do you know what I mean? A little bit prettier. That's all it does at the end of the season, isn't it? When they're all sat up there with it in their little boots, so their shin pads on, isn't it? Taking their little photo. It's just another little bit at the front, isn't it? That's all that is. It's just a little bit.
What I was going to say, like, really quickly, just very, very quickly, it's like, when have you seen me like this confident in terms of even just these 5 fixtures alone? I reckon we can beat all of them. The only one, really and truly, for me personally, is Brentford, because we know Arsenal are going to turn up against Spurs. Yeah, we're not going to. I don't expect us to play that well. We'll probably stink it out. But we'll still get. We're not going to do what City did, the other day when they played them. Do you know what I mean? Wolves. Yeah, we struggled at home, but after getting through to the League Cup final, it does wonders for players. People don't need to understand this. It does wonders. This is why I've never been this confident. Because even when we last won a trophy, I wasn't that confident that we were going to win it. I haven't been this confident probably since just before the Europa League final, isn't it? And then
I think the Brentford and Tottenham games will be the hardest out of that lot. Yeah. They won't be easy, but do you know?
I think the Brentford want to be the hardest.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Easy, but we can make it easy. If we can make it easy, if we've got the belief that we are the champions already, and we're just going to smash everyone in sight, you know. If they've got that belief in them, that's what they'll go out and do it. But if Arteta fucks about bringing Odegaard back in the midfield again, that's when the doubts start creeping in and the confidence goes and the nervousness starts creeping in.
I don't think he will. I don't think he will because he had an opportunity to do it either against Chelsea and he even has an opportunity to do it against Sunderland. And I don't believe he'll bring him back for Sunderland. Like this manager, you alluded to it earlier, Darren. It's just like Andrea Berta and even Josh Kroenke himself have probably both had a word with him. It's just like the time is now. Maloko says the time is right.
Arteta needs to do a fraud job on Odegaard. The fraud needs to be committed on Odegaard now, except it's not really a fraud. It's genuine managerial.
And he threw him under the bus. When was the last time this manager threw Odegaard? That's his perfect prefect, other than Bukayo Saka. That's his boy, bro. And Havertz as well. Yeah, it's one of his sons, bro.
It's his love child. That's his love children. It's his love children.
Yeah, and Calafiori and Moreno.
All son is not returning.
Yeah,
all of them should be sold in the offseason.
You forgot Havertz, by the way. Havertz is the love child.
And Calafiori as well. He's another one of Arteta's He's another one of Arteta's favourites because he keeps picking him over. He keeps picking him over Nketiah, but he did start Nketiah against Chelsea. But I reckon he's going to continue with Calafiori as his main left back tomorrow against Sunderland. So Arteta has his favourites. I'm happy that Moreno is not here because he's injured. That's good because he's another Arteta favourite. So now, but he's still got some of his favourites like Calafiori, like Havertz, all back from injury. So he's gonna start them tomorrow.
Yeah, but that shows you how shit Odegaard is that Havertz can slot right back in and look better. Right. I mean, if we win the league this year, right? If we win the League Cup in the league and we do a double this year, if we're a big club and we're going to move like a big club, heads need a role to strengthen the squad to continue pushing forward, which automatically means Odegaard, Marino, even Havertz and Jesus all need to hit the chopping block at the end of the season. Martinelli, I think he needs to go as well. And I think we need to invest in the youth. There is no reason why Max Dallman, Miles Lewis-Skelly, and Nwaneri should not be on this rotation of a 23 to 25 man roster for the squad going into next season. The youth need to be given more of an opportunity. And JCG put it in there. Same thing with Eze. I don't know why Eze doesn't get the drag that he deserves as far as playing in this team.
Yeah.
No, everybody talks about Eze. Oh, he kept it simple and this, that, and the other in the game against Chelsea. I'm sorry, man. Eze deserves to be the starting number 10 over anybody in this team at this current point. 100%. Because Eze's best attributes is stuff that we're missing. Eze can get a ball. He doesn't need to stop the ball and take 8,000 fucking touches to just pass it backwards or pass it sideways like Odegaard does. You give Eze 3 touches, it's one to settle the ball. He looks up and then lets it go and passes. You do that, you're getting way more opportunities for Gyökeres or anybody out on the wing to get in a more forward-thinking play. That's just what it is. If Arteta is smart, Odegaard should not play and should only be used as a man to come in off the bench and just make sure to be, since everyone likes to use this word, being tidy on the ball, you be tidy for the last 20 minutes of each game, as long as you're winning 2 to 3-0 every single fucking game. Besides that man should never touch the pitch for this club again.
Yeah, agree.
I would ask you this question very quickly. Do you have anyone in mind, for the start of next season, in terms of who our head of youth academy should be? Now that we know Mertesacker is going, because obviously well, obviously to me anyway, the way I see it, like sick and tired of Arteta, not giving Dowman enough minutes before he got injured. Obviously sending Ethan on loan, Smith Rowe. You could say Reece Nelson to a certain degree. Like I would have rather Reece Nelson than Sterling, but again, all intensive, like we knew he wasn't good enough, and don't even get me started on the King of Zamunda, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? In Ketia, but anyway, like, do you have anyone like in mind? Because I can't really think of anyone that's elite that isn't already at another club. But even then,
normally, if there is a good one in the youngsters, the rumours are rife, aren't they? And there's no rumours going around at the moment about anyone exceptional.
I think knowing Berta the way that he operated at Atletico Madrid, Berta and Michele will put their heads together to see where they're going to go with who will be the head of the youth academy as far as that from now on. I think at the end of the day, I forget, Taryn was on the show with me earlier, and I forget who Sammy was talking about, it was Dixon, this young kid Dixon that we just signed. I mean, it already looks like Michele is already being used to start looking at youth academy, because I guess Dixon was highly touted across the board, and they got him for $3 million as a signing for a youngster. Under Edu, he's a 19-year-old youngster that we're going to pay $25 million for, possibly never see the guy, and pay the guy like $100,000 a week when he's not even going to end up playing for Arsenal. So the writing's on the wall that Berta's already changing the back room and everything else. We're seeing board members leave and everything else. So exactly to what you guys said, they already talked to Arteta. That tweet that went around that a lot of people were saying was false when they said Arteta's been told that he either wins the Premier League or he's got to fuck off. Every single one of these top gooners came to the defense and said, "Oh, that's not what's going to happen. They're lying and blah blah blah." Bullshit. You don't bring one of the best sporting directors to come in here to help you win by doing the same thing that idiot Edu did. I'm sorry.
Otherwise they would have kept him. Otherwise they would have kept him,
and none of the board members would have walked out. We've been seeing 6-7 board members since Berta has really started flexing his muscle at the club behind the scenes. Board members are walking out left, right, and center because it's not the same old game of skimming money off the top to put it in your pocket. So for me, long term, the writing's on the wall. If he already sold out Odegaard, then that should mean that Odegaard's on the chopping block. I mean, some guys are talking about, we're going to get 80 million for him. Not happening. You're going to get maybe what you paid for.
Just get our money back, innit? Just
get your money back. Get your money back. Get that badass contract off the books and go get somebody else. There's been rumors that Tonali is linked to the club. I'd go get Tonali in a heartbeat. Even
in that game even in that game that I saw against City, yes, they won convincingly. We knew they were going to go through anyway. But Newcastle had moments. They had chances where they should have put 3-4 past them. Do you know what I'm saying? It wouldn't have been enough with the way City were clinical enough. And again, a lot of that was down to what's his face, Omar Marmoush, isn't it? Better than Haaland, but at the same time, it's just like, with that team that played last night, it was like Tonali was trying to run the whole midfield and he couldn't do it because Jacob Ramsey, he's a good player, but he ain't anywhere near that fucking level. He doesn't do what winger.
He's a winger. What the hell is he? This is the thing that gets me with these coaches.
He doesn't do what Joe Linton does either. He's not that guy.
And this is the thing that, and I'll finish up on this, but this is the thing that makes me, scratch my head a little bit with some of these managers. Like Rosinha, you're going in to defend a loss. What the fuck are we doing here? I've never heard of a manager.
Changed it after 1 hour. It's too late, bro.
Yeah, like you're gonna go in for 70 minutes to defend being down 1-0. Never seen that in my life.
Criminal.
Actually, no. The last time I saw that was Italy when we lost to Sweden trying to qualify for the fucking World Cup. That was the last time I saw a manager go in defense first. I don't get it. And then you take Jacob Ramsey, who is better as a winger anyways than what he was as a central mid for Villa. You put him in the center mid in some bullshit 3-4-3 against City. You're out of your fucking mind.
And another thing as well about the idea of sacking Arteta if he doesn't win the Premier League or the League Cup. I understand that Josh Kroenke and Berta told Arteta that if he doesn't win any trophy, he has to go. But the thing is, can we trust Josh Kroenke? Because remember, he and his dad were responsible for keeping Arsene Wenger at the football club for way too long. So I wouldn't be surprised if they kept Arteta in long again, because the Kroenkes are part of the reason why this football club hasn't won a Premier League trophy since that invincible season. So they are starting to make a change, like with the whole backing of Mikel Arteta. That's good, but there are other things that we won't forgive them for, with the fact that they've kept hold of Wenger for way too long. They've allowed some of our best players to leave us. They've kept hold of Arteta for like so long, but now they're starting to give him one more opportunity to redeem himself if he wins that Premier League. So if Josh Kroenke if he was such a man, if Arteta doesn't win that Premier League, then he could sack him. But the problem is he's not, because he and his dad are all they're still colluding together as to make more money for Arsenal. Because remember, they're still part of the reason why we still haven't won a major trophy for 20 years now. So
I hear that, but at the same time, the Kroenkes are business people. Let's listen. I hear it that they held Wenger in for too long, but let's also remember something here. The reason why they gave Arteta all this time is you have to look at everything else that happened with them. You know, you can say what you want about the Premier League. The Premier League doesn't earn anywhere near the amount of money that the NFL does over here in America. And they're moving the Rams to LA, building the new stadium and banking all that money.
Thing they did. Even Troops
was not, because St. Louis is a shithole, and St. Louis was never going to be able to hold on to that.
Yeah, but Troops, remember when Troops was on AFTV with Robbie, when at the final day of the 2016-17 season, he said, and he said that quote, he said about Stan Kroenke, he said he wouldn't move the Rams from St. Louis to LA. He moved them. So Stan Kroenke,
because of the money, dude. If you were a businessman at the same time, if you were a businessman at that same level, you're going to do the same thing. LA just offers way more money than St. Louis does every day of the week. And again, you're talking about a league. You're talking about a league in the NFL where they earn anywhere from 20 to upwards of 23.5 billion a year. The Premier League's best year as far as income is 14. They're not touching the NFL. So money, when it comes to big business and everything like that, money is going to be the ruler of all when it comes to that, and that's the whole reason why they're focused. The flip side of it is this. Every single major team that the Kroenkes have owned has won a championship lately. The Nuggets have won, the Rams have won, the Colorado Avalanche has won, and they've done the exact same thing. They have worked on the team from the backside. Yes, it's taken years for each one of those teams to go on and win, but they've eventually won. Arsenal is the only one that hasn't done it. And now we're about to do all this others. We've done all these other things behind the scenes, like they've done with their other teams, to go on and win. So for me, I'm fully believing in that tweet that they told Arteta that it's his ass on the line if he doesn't win. Because listen, if they didn't tell him that, 100%. But here's the bigger thing: if they didn't tell him that, Odegaard starts against Chelsea.
Oh, 100%.
If there's no foot being jammed in his ass, telling him, listen, you got to win or fuck off this year, Odegaard starting that Chelsea game. 100% believe that.
Yeah. I'm just going to bring Lawrence in, bro. Sorry, man.
Lawrence.
Big up to you, Lawrence, man. I hope you're doing well then, my brother.
Yeah. Just getting over a bout of stomach flu. So if my voice sounds a bit croaky, I apologise.
No, good to have you on, mate. What you're saying about the Arsenal? How I want to sort of spin it is, I don't know if you're sort of seeing that I had not the remaining fixtures, but the February Premier League fixtures up there, and we had obviously, of course, tomorrow. Then we're away at Brentford. Then we're away at Wolves, and then we've got Tottenham. I believe that's how it runs. If we win all 4 of them games and we go into March, you know, probably with a minimum, well, it would be probably likely a minimum 9-point lead. What were you sort of saying then? Do you reckon if we actually, because there's a couple of things that I wanted to say, like you know, I think Taron mentioned it earlier, you know, about winning 5 games in a row, 6 games in a row, 7 games in a row. If we got to March, we got to the beginning of March and we won our next 4 games, have we got it all but sewed up? What do you reckon? What do you reckon on that run? Nah, you still not for you.
No, I said I come from the old school where the title's decided in May, not February, not March. And all these fans that are thinking we've already got one hand of the trophy because we're currently 6 points clear of Man City. Let me remind them, 3 years ago, we were 8 points clear of them. And we had a stretch of games at Liverpool, at West Ham and Southampton. And we dropped points in all of them games. We were 2-0 up against Liverpool, and we let them back into the game 2-2. The following week, we were at West Ham. The same thing happened, 2-0 up inside 10 minutes. And they got back in the game, and it was 2-2, and then Saka missed the penalty. And then we were playing a really poor Southampton team that were facing relegation, and we just managed to scrape a 3-3 draw with them, and that cost us the league title, you know. And you just can never write Man City out of the equation, you know. And I'm not trying to be a doom and gloom merchant, but I've seen this movie way too often. And if you look at it technically, even though we're 6 points clear of City, right, we've still got to go to the Etihad in April, I think it is.
Yeah.
Okay. So technically, we're only 3 points ahead of them. You know, I don't know. I just think there's a lot more bumps down the road. I don't think it's as easy as people seem to think. And, you know, people getting on the bandwagon thinking we've already won the league title. You know, give your head a wobble. It's not over yet.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Sorry, your internet was a little bit fuzzy. But now look, I totally agree with you. I think we could put ourselves in a phenomenal position come March. I really do. Taron, I wanted to bring you into that as well, man. If we get into sort of March, all right, yeah, do you know what I mean? We are all level-headed here. We know we won't win the Premier League, but we'll be in a fantastic position, won't we, man? If we was to get 4 out of 4 going into February with 12 points in our locker going into March, you know?
Yeah, you know what? 6 point lead with 42 to play for is never safe with him and with Pep over there, right? There's always some caution there. That's why I think it's very important that between us and match week 33, April 18th, that we put some more daylight between us and them. Because if it gets to 9 points, 10 points, then a 4-game swing in match week 33, then I think we'll be okay. Anything other than that, I translate that into striking distance with us having to go to if we had already played them twice, I would have, you know, more confidence. Or if it was anyone else, if we were 6 points clear on Liverpool, on Villa, on any of those teams, I would be like, okay, we're good. But it's these, I've seen them do it. I don't believe any other team could chase us down and snatch the chain. But I've seen these men do it. That's why there's pause for me. That's why it's important for us. I think if it gets to double digits, because there are Man City fans who I know the pulse of their team very, very much, well, better than we do. And they were ready to concede that if it went to 11, they would have said, you know, it's Arsenal's title to win. Yeah. I hear a lot of people saying it's Arsenal's title to lose. Now, it's ours to win. I want to change the narrative there when we talk about it. Now it's ours to win if we go 10 points clear. But when I'm asked and I put in a corner and they ask me, when do you think we're going to win the title? I'm like, get to match week 33 when we play Man City. Because I do believe if we go there and win,
it's over.
It's time.
That'll be the game.
That's the biggest statement we can make. But it's in our control to, if we handle our business between now and then, that match could be a very little consequence, because we could be so far ahead that we could afford to draw that, even lose it. But until that weekend happens, I'm going to be a little more reserved.
Yeah, of course you got to be, and the reason sort of why I bring it up is because, let's just say, Darren, in a hypothetical sort of scenario that it is 9 points come the end of this weekend. Yeah, let's just say we beat Sunderland, and Liverpool beat Manchester City, and we do the business in our following 3 games in February, and let's just say, for argument's sake, Manchester City match the points. I mean, it's 9 points going into March. It's still then, all of a sudden, 4 games less. All of a sudden, then Manchester City are still looking at that and going, "Wow, yeah, okay, yeah." They're, the months they're getting shorter, the weeks are getting less, the games are getting less. Yes, nothing's won, absolutely not. There's still a lot of football left to play, but it's like anything, innit? You can just see it winding down, and that's what I want us to get to put ourselves in that sort of comfortability, where we can go into March and just sort of be like, yeah, do you know what? I'm not saying we could have a couple of stinkers here and still come out smelling the roses. Do you know what I mean? That's what I want us to do, be able to put ourselves in a comfortable position, get ourselves them points on the board, get ourselves that good run going into the March, defeat them. Because the thing is, for me, Dazza, is if you do that to teams, and we see it with Liverpool last year, they just kept doing their thing, and everyone was just like, oh, for fuck's sake, Liverpool's winning it. That's what I want us to do. Get to that point where Man City are like, yeah, it's kind of theirs. What are you sort of thinking, Dazza?
Well, the good thing is, at the moment, we ain't got the Champions League, have we, to worry about. So we got no Champions League for February. I don't know when we play again in the Champions League. Is it March? I don't know, the second round. But we've got no Champions League. So all we've got is an FA Cup game against Wigan. Now, if we can build up a 9 to 12 point lead sometime in March, there's going to be a point when Pep Guardiola thinks, well, yeah, we could beat him. He had narrow it to 9 or 6. But there's going to come a point where Guardiola thinks, well, I'm not giving up on the league. We're still going to give it a go. But my priorities are going to be in the Champions League with Man City or in the FA Cup, for example.
Great point.
So, it's nice. Every manager should be going for all 4 trophies at these big clubs. But behind the scenes, there must be reality setting in. And look at the size of our squad. I mean, I don't know what the rest of the panel and the chat think, but do you think that Man City have got a more resilient squad, 2 players in each position like we have?
Absolutely not.
I don't know. Maybe they have. They've made a couple of decent additions in Gay and Semenyo. But I don't know. I think, if we can get this, if we can use February and March as the launch pad to get a double-digit lead. That's what we need, double-digit. Single figures, I'm not interested. It's got to be double digits, a 10, 11, a 12.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree. That's where I'll start feeling a bit comfortable. Do you know what I mean? When you've just got that, yeah. Do you know what we drew here? All right, thank God. We're down to 9. Rather than being at 6 and down to 4.
Yeah,
with that
exactly.
Etihad game lingering constantly. Because it's exactly right. But Tara makes a fantastic point. It will always linger, that game, unless the points total just gets to something ridiculous, like Taron also said. Unless it gets to something ridiculous come that game and it sort of becomes sort of semi-irrelevant. It's always lingering, that Etihad game, isn't it? It's a very intriguing sort of little balance to the season, isn't it?
Hey, Dazza, just quickly, how do you feel about a 9-point lead but a superior goal difference? So essentially a 4-game swing.
Yeah, I mean, that could work. I'll take that right now. But I still think 10, 12 is real, not comfort zone, but it's, if we have a slip up in the last 8 games 30 to 38, if we have a slip up and 10 becomes 7, as long as we do. Let's say we get beat by Man City and 10 becomes 7, then we've got to lose 3 then for them to catch us up. And if we can tighten our belts and think, well, with all the rest of the games we got left, and I don't think there's any majorly tricky ones in those last ones. I mean, I don't know if people know the last 6 or 7 games fixtures. I can't get them off the top of my head who we've got in the last few games, but we had a difficult start to the season, with away fixtures at Man United, Liverpool. We ain't got to go there. Mm-hmm. So, the rest of it should be meat and drink, really, to us.
Right, I can get that up for you right now. So, we go to Chelsea coming to us. We go away to Brighton, then home to Everton. Then obviously the cup final. Yeah. Then in April, Bournemouth at home.
Easy.
And that's there you go. There's the BBKs. That's the cornerstone, isn't it? That's it. You go to that game, single digits and win, you're probably going to win the Premier League.
Yeah.
You go to that game, single digits and lose, squeaky bum time, says Sir Alex. Yeah, you know it. Yeah, home at Newcastle. And then, to be fair, a bit of a, who knows here? Crystal Palace ain't really been on it this season.
Oh,
but this isn't the worst last 4 run-ins I've ever seen, if I'm being totally honest with you. I know we actually have stinkers with Fulham every now and then, but when you're sort of kind of looking at it on paper, I mean, you've just got to be getting 3 points here. Well, you've got to be getting 3 points here. You've got to be getting 3 points here. I'm sorry that if you said to me, right, you're going to be in with a title race, there's going to be a few points swing either, and they're going to be your last 4, and you rolled I'll go, all right, I'll take that. I would absolutely take that as my last 4.
Now, hopefully, West Ham is already relegated by then.
Oh, my dad will not like you for saying that, but he will not like you. Hopefully he's not listening. Well, we'll mute that bit out. Let me timestamp it on the stream. Timestamp it. Yeah. We'll timestamp that because my man's like, yeah. Do you know what? You get a lot of you get nice guys on your show, didn't you? Yeah.
Senior. But that wasn't big at Lawless. I like Nicky. I like Tony from Hammers Football TV. But that damn Lawless, he needs that. He needs a year in the championship.
Yeah. Oh, do you know what? And do you know what? I actually double agree with you. Yeah.
That club may not come back up for a while if they go down.
Yeah. I'm curious to see if they can fill that stadium from the championship.
They're a shambles right now, West Ham. They're an absolute
shambles. It's a sorry state that they've got themselves into, isn't it? West Ham.
They've been floating. No, not floating. They've been floating relegation like way too long, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? The way that they've been running that club, like apprentice settings. Do you know what I'm saying? With Brady and Sullivan, I think is still there and all of that. I think it's long overdue because let's be honest, Leicester went down. And they've won the league more recently than we have. Do you know what I'm saying? Like Coventry's top of the championship. Leicester ain't top of the championship. I know they're not too far away from the playoff, but like or they're there or thereabouts either way. But it's just like for me, we know Wolves are going down. The only dependent thing is like whether they're going to go down as the worst team. I mean, they fucking should. And then Burnley. By the time we face Burnley, we'll either have already won the league or we win the league on the day, or it's capitulation settings. And then you got like West Ham and Forest. I think Forest have got enough. And the fact that they got Sean Dyche as well as Forest manager and we didn't beat them, they'll have enough to stay up. Like and Leeds, we slapped them 4-0 and all of that. Like we got their number. But at the same time, I've said it multiple times. I said it on my channel. I think I probably said it on yours, Aaron, and others as well. I said Leeds would stay up, and in a way, I'm kind of vindicated because it's like I knew they would stay up, even with like Daniel Farke. Daniel Farke's done something that even I didn't think he would do. Win the games that there's more of a chance of him and his Leeds team winning, which for the most part he has done. He's beaten Chelsea as well. Yeah, they didn't beat us, but it is what it is. And now we're in a position where it's just like for me, I'll summarize this up very clearly, right?
Yeah, and then we'll wrap with predictions.
No worries. All I'll say in regards to the league title is this, right? Until it's mathematically done, I'm not saying we're winning this league. When it's mathematically done, party poppers out, all of that good shit. Do you know what I'm saying? But as long as whether it's 9, whether it's 12, whether it's 15, 8 points clear, of course, 7 and that, if it's not mathematically done, it's not happening. But once we get to that point where it will be mathematically done, then we're celebrating. There is no other way it's going to happen for me, anyway. So,
yeah. No, that's 100%, man. And for me, I'm just waiting for that little feeling. I've been waiting for it for I'm into the 3rd decade now. I'm just waiting for that little moment where my inner self just plucks at my little heartstrings and goes, "Yeah, Aaron, mate. Yeah, you know, I think the wait might be over, mate." And you know what? I think it just might be. We'll wait a little bit longer in me, but I think you might be right. I'm waiting for that. I'm desperate for that. Gianni, what do you reckon the score's going to be tomorrow, my friend? Arsenal, Sunderland. Give me a score, my brother. And thank you very much for jumping on, of course, as always, man.
If Odegaard starts, 2-1 Arsenal. If Odegaard doesn't start, we win by 3 goals. I don't know if it's going to be a 4-1 or 3-0.
And do you know what? We're going to do exactly the same for everyone. If Odegaard starts, what's the score? If Odegaard don't start, thank you very much, Gianni. We're going to do that. Big up, man. Macy, thank you very much for jumping on, my friend.
Yeah, big up.
I want 2 score lines from you. I want with Odegaard and without Odegaard score
Yeah,
lines.
so without Odegaard, I say we comfortably beat Sunderland, maybe 2-0. But if Odegaard does start tomorrow, then I'm going for a draw, 1-1. If Odegaard does start, 1-1 draw.
Jeez.
Yeah, you know,
El Brutal.
Yeah,
Jesus.
this is my this.
Yeah, no, fair dues, man. That's why we love a bit of Mace, man. But big up, man. That's what it's all about, man. Quaja, what you saying? 2 score lines.
If Odegaard starts, the stinky captain, it could be a stinky 1-0 win or a draw, 1-1 draw. But if Odegaard does start, I think I'll go for a stinky 1-0 win. If Odegaard doesn't start, I'm going for a 3-0 Arsenal win.
Oh, nice. Fair dues. Napster, what you saying, brother? Big up, man, as always. Come on, 2 score lines.
Yeah, if Nick and the Living God fucking starts, then it's 1-0 to the Asna. And if he doesn't start, which I think will happen because Arteta's already thrown him under the bus, he can't go back from that shit now. With the demands set by Andrea Berto and Josh Kroenke with where we're all at that Gianni eloquently put earlier, I'm sticking with my 3-0, bruv. I am sticking with it. You know, we got the momentum. The squad, especially the first team, pretty much is going to be rejuvenated. I don't want to see Hincapié start. Timber's not going to be starting, of course. I reckon both the centre-backs will be there. Rye will be back in the fold. And I would also like to see Rice get subbed off at half-time or at 60 minutes, regardless of how well he plays or doesn't play. Either way. And if he doesn't play that well, sub him off at half-time. If he is playing well, sub him off at 60 minutes. Do you know what I'm saying? Keep him fresh, because if he goes down, we're in big fucking trouble. Do you know what I'm saying? I would love to see Gyökeres score as well. Eze needs to step up on top of that. So him and Gyökeres, as much as I rate every Eze, right, he does need to step up. Even in spite of this manager and this system and all of that shit, yeah? Like, the time is now, Maloko settings. Back once again for the Renegade Master and all of that. Best believe that we will win that game without Nick and the Living God, 3-0. I see it happen.
Yeah. No, fair dues, man. And same to you, Dazza. Thank you very much for jumping on, man. That's a nice surprise. That's why I love the call in.
Thank you very much. Pleasure to be here. Yeah, I'm so on you guys' wavelengths. It's unreal. I'll tell you exactly what's going to happen. I will tell you what's going to happen. Havertz will start in midfield. There'll be no Odegaard, I pray. And he is going to feed in to Glock. They're going to start a little relationship where he's slotting the balls in to Glock, and it's going to be 3-0. Them two players will get all the 3 goals, right? That's without the chocolate fire guard, right? If the chocolate teapot starts, I can see a lazy, nervous performance where a Macy read my mind. 1-1 draw. I'm sorry. Nervousness will creep in the ground. Odegaard's lazy. Saka's caught the laziness disease. I want to say something about Saka, right? I know he's got an injury and I like him. I've always liked him and he is a very, very good player. He's not world class. But I do think he's caught some laziness from Odegaard. He thinks he's better than what he is and he's got too big for his boots.
Yeah, facts, 100%, man. Nah, fair dues. Lawrence, my geezer, thank you very much. I hope you're all right, man. Do you know what I mean? Always a pleasure for you to jump on. What do we reckon today, man? Oh, Lawrence, you're on mute, my friend. You're on mute, bud. Go on, my geezer. I'll tell you what. We'll go to BBK. Oh no! Oh, you unmuted it then for a second, Lawrence. Go on, mate. That's the one. Oh, now he's gone. BBK, my geezer. 2 scorelines. 2 scorelines, with and without.
So Odegaard won't start. It's too soon for the manager to put him back in the firing line after pull him out with a dubious injury to protect him. He won't start. I think you will see him come on in the Brentford game during the week and then get put back in there. What Dad said is kind of interesting because I think he is gonna play Kai Havertz in the 10, which I have PTSD from Kai Havertz in the midfield from the Villa game in the 23-24 season, which I believe is what cost us the league in that game that we lost 2-0. Yep. Havertz in midfield thing can work in a certain Champions League game against Carrier Almighty, who are winless in the Champions League, or he can come on and do a job versus a Chelsea team who have everyone up there. I know it. It seems like it's a new, but it's not. The Kai Havertz in midfield thing, I'm not a fan of it, but I do think we have enough. But Odegaard starts, I think we still get by. The Odegaard tax is real, but if Odegaard starts 2-1, if not, I'm gonna stick with my 4-0 that I said earlier.
Hey,
yeah.
Oh, nice, man. And Lawrence, geezer, to round us off.
Yeah,
what do we reckon? You're all right.
Yeah, well, first of all, West Ham are not out of it yet. If they would beat Burnley tomorrow and Tottenham lose, and they drag Tottenham into the relegation scrap. So let's not write West Ham off, okay? And as you probably know by now, Aaron, I never give out predictions, right?
All right.
I'm sorry about that. I mean, as long as we win, I mean, I know for a fact Xhaka's not playing tomorrow, so that's an advantage for us.
Yeah.
But I think we're going to win tomorrow. But I can't give you one scoreline, let alone 2 scorelines. Sorry about that.
Yeah. No. You're all good. And at the end of the day, do you know what I mean? I'm sure you predict, or I'm sure you'll think we'll win. Or I hope so. Do you know what I mean? But Lawrence, listen, as always a pleasure having you on, my friend. We will be unable to redirect for whatever reason to what you mean. I don't think his settings are there. But I've put the link for his shacks. We're going to wrap up now. So in the chat, go over and have a little click over to that YouTube channel. You'll see him with Lee Gunner and say Aaron Talks Arsenal raid. Do that for us. And for me, with Odegaard, I reckon a stinky 1-0. Without Odegaard, 4-0 to the good tomorrow. Come on, man. But other than that, everyone in the chat, man, it's been an absolute pleasure. World-class chat as always, man. Double, triple, quadruple world-class. Well, not quadruple, it's in trophies. Quadruple world-class is in chat. Absolute fantastic, man. And every single one that's come on as well, man. Big up to Gianni always. Big up to Macy. Big up to Quaja. Big up to Nasa. Big up to Sully. Big up to Taron and big up to Lawrence. Every single time, man. Absolute world class. Go over and raid the boys out. I've just put the link in there. And other than that, we are out. Double boom. Come on, you Gunners.
Take care. Good night, everyone.